found out that these moves are happening, that Ethan and Demon 1 were heading over, everyone went nuts. And there were a lot of questions about, are they going to be able to execute? They don't have an IGL. Who's going to be the leader? Who's going to be the caller? They've gotten to this point in the tournament. Again, now just one series away from achieving the international stage, but there's still so much before them. Sentinels on the attacking side. They're going to be running the Raze into the Jet combo on the other side. NRG already aggressive. The flash is out. The swing is there too, but second with the classic punches back. What can Demon 1 do? Trying to land onto a second. Nothing is found, but the damage has been done.
And Doug, both duelists going 2 for 0 right now, evening things up for each other.
I think there have been a lot of conversation right around Zekin, and we know the kid is nuts. He's goated. He continues to impress and continue to improve, but I think there's been this question. Now that the lights are at their brightest, now that the stage is at the biggest, how can he match up against Demon 1? Yeah, so far, so good.
Exactly, and Demon 1 has been known to outshine every other duelist, and honestly, out 1v1 any other duelist in this league so far. But Zekin, he's been putting his head down, putting the work in for years to get to this point. And it looks like this ace site will be free. A little bit of a retake from NRG, and this is what we saw a lot the last time they played this map.
30 seconds left.
Retake focus setups. Demon 1 sitting very healthy after that confrontation.
Well, Paranoia is not going to land, but it's not going to matter. Zekin with 3 on the round. All of them with the classic. And they get the spike down. Just Demon 1 and Crashies left to try to save the situation.
I like that proactivity from the likes of SEN.
Is this?
There's no way.
Wait, is there a place that they can do this? They're on. It's going to get really close! Oh, no!
And Zekin puts 4 up for Sentinels on the round, but Crashy's just sticking the bomb. And how many times have we seen this NRG roster do this? They just stick the bomb. They don't care. So much faith in their team.
Is this what we're in for?
B.
Already.
It's been 1 round.
Already.
They got pushed so far into elbow, they had to spit at their feet. They couldn't contest the defuse, and it just wasn't enough.
Look at Ethan. He's like, oh, you gonna give that to us? Big mistake, huh? Big mistake out of Sentinels there.
I mean, you'd kill to have that one back, but there's no time to think it over.
Go get him.
They've invested. Yeah, they've invested into the round. You're right. Stingers and then a share for Sasi. Once again, wanting to return to the scene of the crime, investing and turning their eyes over towards A. Marv close by, though.
It looked like they wanted to flood there, but something made Marv call that off.
Yeah, think twice about it.
Spike planted.
And speak of the devil, the demon is here.
Already getting 2 on the round, pushing the pace and dashing forward.
He already top bomb.
I mean, you've got to check it now, right? Surely you don't fall for that again. Demon 1 holding the line, or at least trying to. Ethan sticking the defuse, and that's another one for NRG.
That's such a great call that you just made there. They have to check if they're on the bomb now.
Oh, absolutely.
Ever since the first round, they're going to be worried about that. Oh, is NRG sticking the bomb in a 2v3, in a 2v4? This case, they have the numbers, but look at Demon 1 already.
Second wasn't even his initial target.
Yeah.
Like, that was such a last-second flick.
Oh, what a great spray down from Crashies there. That was clean.
Wait, they're not really shooting back, bro.
No, they're not.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I think it's a little too early to tell if they're shooting back or not, but, you know.
Zekin has so far.
Definitely.
A great start for the youngster, but it's a rough start to this round.
And remember what I was saying. Demon 1's so good at isolating the opposing team's duelist every single time he plays a game. And he's so confident in taking that duel.
And then, you know, some of the mind games become a factor too, right? It's not just the fight that's happening in the server, it's what's happening outside of it, what's happening between the ears of the players. And so far for Sentinels, this is a good start, all things considered.
Look at how aggressive NRG has been playing some of these setups. Trying to take the fight into the, maybe not at the first barrier, but into those spots that Sentinels like to walk into.
Right. The second line of defense. Marv has gone exploring.
And off all that commotion, he just pushed all the way through A, like you said.
An opportunistic denial of space from the controller.
He's just going to miss this timing, but that should give the info that they are working up mid here. Especially when this trip breaks.
Yeah, and you start to see some of the pings on the minimap too. Suspicious of where they might be.
Last player standing.
They waited too long. They waited too long. Marv not able to clean up the third. But with 42 HP, that quickly dwindles to 0. NRG up 3-0 early on Sunset.
I thought Marv for a second there wasn't going to turn. He was looking at tiles the entire time, but just looks to his left for a brief second, gets the 2K there. Little spray down with the Spectre long range. And it's already here. Demon 1 snowballing off of every round. All the kills he's gotten with that Guardian. Now he already has an op in his hands. Oh, that's just so satisfying to watch.
Yeah. A great start for NRG. And again, it looks like it may continue. Demon 1 with the op in hand, blades in his back pocket as well.
And I really want to shout out this strategy from NRG where they're not playing for the first wave of util. They're playing for the second walk-in. And that's so important because that's just all prep work, right? They know that Sentinels likes to use the dagger to find close space, take control of areas early on. But they're playing for that second layer. And it looks like Sentinels so far is not ready for that. Let's see if there's any adaptations made from Sen to maybe save utility on the first choke.
Ult used to clear out the site. NRG respectfully giving up all the space that they need to.
That's an amazing Gecko ult, Doug.
I mean, it just created so much space. They're going to live to fight another day. Wingman should successfully get the spike down, and the crowd will cheer. Right on cue.
And not only that, but he gets to pick up the ult again.
Yeah.
So Saucy gonna use this for NRG's retake. It's quiet across the board right now.
What's the cue for NRG to go? You see some of the smoke start to come out from the controller.
They're contacting.
All the way, though? Not with second and 10s there. And again, Saucy still has his ult. Hasn't used it yet, but I think NRG might be calling it quits already.
Yeah. And I mean, I respect it. I respect it. You have it off on the board, right?
Yeah.
You want to see Demon 1 try to get an entry first. I mean, he whipped the shot. He did get the dash out. So had he gotten that kill, maybe it would have opened up the entire site for the retake. But very clean utility out of Sentinels here to take the A site. I really like that ult from Saucy once again. Wrapping all the way around lane, going into elbow so we can pick it up again. That's huge to have for that post plant. Just the replay.
There was that op shot that you mentioned. Second and 10s did a really good job of holding the line.
Yeah, and great poise from Zekin there to not peek as soon as the molly came out. He understands he can let it cook a little bit. He's not going to die right away. Try to catch him off on a timing, and that's exactly what he did. Early A control here.
There.
Little pop flash lineup for Zekin to get elbow control.
He does have his ult online.
Oh, he goes up lane.
Is there anything? Oh, the knife.
He should know.
He
could be anywhere.
Yeah, it's almost too big. There it is. That'll connect. Marvel's a sitting duck, had nowhere to go. Tried not to move. Ultimately, doesn't matter. Numbers advantage still in favor of Sentinels as Marv and Ethan have both fallen. Still in the hands of the duelist, but again, not really finding space, not really able to convert any of this into some room.
What a great hit from Sen. And something they struggled with the last time they played on this map was that utility on these A hits, but it looks like they're way more rehearsed now on utility, not missing anything. I think in their matchup, they didn't even have a molly lineup for the default of A, where in their previous comp with the Breach, they would always have the Breach C to clear that area out. So now I think that they went to the lab and they cooked up. Saucy might be sitting on 0 kills, 0 assists, but his util has been getting tremendous value and info.
The impact he's had on these rounds has been tremendous. And so with that, Sentinels get up to 2. They keep things competitive, they keep things close, and it seems like we may be getting a really early timeout out of the side of NRG here.
Yeah, and I think so far what we've seen from Sen is they realize that Demon 1 and NRG's game plan has been to fight that early B control at some point, right? But since NRG are not playing the initial barrier, they don't have the info on B main. So they're playing so far back that that'll...
See if they can find any success with that op.
But look, Sen has already pinged that there might be a mid walkout here. That's really important going into this round. Maybe already having a hard read.
The blades are online. The op is currently mid. And they've got an early pit invested A main.
beautiful dagger gets all the info for Sen. They're aware now that this Jet was trying to go for the walkout mid, so a very, very hard read.
What they don't know, though, is that it's Marv who has the op, and they don't know where he is.
Very true.
Oh, they know now. Just narrowly missing. Yeah. I mean, the tiniest of pixels, the difference there.
Look, they just reset here, go to B main, but NRG should be aware that they saw multiple bodies crossing off of that one op shot.
I think what they
That's
don't...
all you see, look at the minimap.
Yeah, what I think they don't know is if the hit's going to be split through mid or not, because they just dropped a one-way back in spawn. They have to respect that. Start to see some of the flashes come through with the nades. Roomba on the way out, Dizzy.
Oh, he got knifed!
Now they have a paranoia. They're going to have to navigate around as well. Starting to make their way forward. Second on the first, the flash. There's the blades, but they're no longer around for this world. Sentinels finding everything they could possibly want. And another situation where we're just calling the save.
Save plan.
I mean, the money is just going to continue to abound for Sentinels if this persists.
Yeah. And to be fair, I mean, there's not much you can do with an op and one rifle on a retake and a 2v4.
Yeah.
Sentinel's doing a great job of picking the right site off the contact that they did. And that second dagger, Celsius, gotta shout him out right now. Getting massive value with his dagger so far. He basically made Demon 1 useless this entire round. I mean, he got knifed twice in a row. Ethan got caught out there, maybe thinking that his team was gonna flood a little bit faster.
They're hunting these weapons. I mean, it's...
As they should.
It's primarily just Celsius who's going to be the closest. But can they get there in time? No. So the op and the rifle will be carried into the next. And it'll be surrounded by a couple of other weapons that are purchased. The op goes back into the hands of Demon 1. And we get to look at that play one more time. Good night, that's so close.
And it's shots like that, missed shots like that. That is the difference between winning and losing a round, right?
Oh, for sure.
That one kill could have been so impactful. Here we go again from NRG, setting up for early mid-aggression. Is Sentinel aware this time, though?
Crash clears.
I really like that he breaks the dagger there.
Yeah.
Because it's going to make Sentinels overthink here and potentially have to use more utility to clear it. But maybe that Omen smoke was a giveaway that no one's pushed up.
No info on the other side. The orb up for grabs. Oh, one again. Just a little short.
Oh, he had a second chance.
He legged him.
Clips him through the wall.
25 HP for the initiator.
But look at how much info NRG has here. They have him pinched.
Yeah, I mean, they can't get out. They've lost all mid control. The only place they could really go is through spawn.
And this hit has to be clean from Sen.
Second has gotten out a little bit, but keep a close eye on Ethan. He's tugged, and I don't think they know that Ethan's there. He finds two with the Sheriff. Crashes with another. Saucy left alone. He's flashed. He's peppered. He's done.
What a crossfire, and you saw it. Sen investing so much utility to try to push Demon 1 off the op line, but that opens up the play for Crashies to get trays, for Ethan to have a crossfire with him. And he even took out the Gecko plant, so nobody could play in the main. Look at these shots. As the cage is coming up.
That first one is
He's
nuts.
nutty.
Good fucking comp.
Both teams just vibing right now. Zekin sitting at 10 and 4.
Satcheling forward and continuing to push the pace.
Look at how fast he takes control.
That's really close. Whoa, he got him anyway!
This would be ridiculous.
I know exactly.
How does he get away with that? Massive numbers advantage for NRG. Oh, still a 3v1. Zelsis with Spike in tow. Two members of NRG on the other side. And he doesn't drop a single one.
Wow.
I thought the Gecko ult was going to tag him. I mean, right around the corner.
And this is what makes Demon 1 separate from the pack of other duelists. Like these split-second decisions where he just goes for that peek, lands the shot, and then also updrafts the actual Gecko ult. It's so crazy to watch this guy do these plays.
It's like he's playing a different game. He's just on his own. He's doing his own thing.
Confident. Always disrupting the hits. That's what you constantly have to be worried about when you're playing against this guy. And it's just so confusing because NRG conditioned from the start of the rounds. Definitely. And I do want to point out that Sen did struggle pretty hard on the attacking side last time around they played this map, but their defense was immaculate. So I think just a couple more rounds for them, they'll be very confident going into defense with how they played it previously.
I think historically this map has been really good for them. They've lost it, what, once?
Yeah.
Including the offseason and all that stuff. I think they've only dropped this map one time, so they're obviously very comfortable in it.
And on 2 different comps. Making NRG have to prep for 2 comps is huge. It's a lot easier just to prep for 1, right?
For sure. When you know what's on the other side, when you know what to prepare for, it certainly simplifies the job.
I think Sen soon will realize that this is a retake setup on the A site.
The trip was just high enough. He's going to get too far up. Victor playing his position beautifully. Mark once again on the flank. Ethan's there to help, but they've got a trip keeping him at bay for now. No knife to bring it down or anything like that. They're going to have to clear. Maybe Mark jumps over it. Oh, I like that. It's just a dog. I don't know that they're going to be expecting a second. Now they know the paranoia tagging onto John.
What a great counter flash from Tens.
Marv trying to keep them back. The spike ticking away. Meanwhile, a fight ensues on 2 fronts as the spike continues to get encroached upon. Demon One's out, but now he's dead. Marv falls too. That's another round for Sentinels.
Heads up awareness from the side of Sen on that flank. Tens was sitting on default and actually still Omen flashed A main for his teammates. Counter flashed. It was actually beautiful. This replay, this trade. It's actually a miracle Victor got that.
Yeah.
But Tens played this spot so great. Playing that counter flash and just keep staying tucked there. Jordan, Zelsis, pop flashing right after that. Understanding that the defending team has to walk into that space. That allows John QT and him to double swing.
Dizzy's down.
So Sen right now,
I got you.
doing what they're supposed to be doing, winning based off of the utility that they're throwing. It's great.
Oh, the defensive side has taken a fair amount of space mid here. Marv and Demon One both past that mid smoke. Tens perhaps getting a little too curious. Sassy might as well. Nothing to clear it. That feels like a mistake. I don't know if Marv was looking tiles or what, but Dizzy wasn't cleared and Demon One pays for it with his life.
So smart from Sen to pick up that Gecko flash. Oh my gosh, but look at this. He saw him walking to B main.
I think he did.
But he didn't see if there's other people in there, so...
Oh, he saw that now.
Saw him.
Oh, he's gonna go hunting.
Did the dog hit? It did!
Celsius has no idea. There's no way he knows.
Wow.
So they've gotten the prize they were looking for. They managed to get to their prey, but the rest of the play is on the other side of the map.
30 seconds
And they still have the trips up from Victor. He has his ult online too.
What kind of post plant, Doug, is Sen gonna do here?
I'd love if Zekin stays up there. They play a little high-low if you're Sentinels, but he drops down. Ten's waiting with paranoia in hand for just the right moment to strike. There it is. They both go right through each other. Ethan got tagged in seconds. One who falls. Trying to continue to funnel out from the side as Victor plays his life, plays his time, waits for the right moment to strike. And it might all be too late. He's left alone. Creeping forward with 3 before him. 1 falls, but we're tied at 5.
Wow. And Sentinels right now at this A site post plant looking so clean. I think they have a good read of how NRG likes to play this map, Doug. Based off of how they're playing these post plants. You saw in the beginning post plant that they did, it was aggression towards that CT spawn area. Now just playing crossfires onto the site. Understanding that NRG has been trying to contact in this lane area and punishing them for this.
It was fired up. Into the next round we go. Ethan has a stinger. The rifle's in an op. The rest of the way for NRG.
I mean, and you see the respect that Sen is giving Demon One right now. As they should, to not be punished by how he's been playing. Wow.
My ultimate is ready.
This time they're finding the op on the opposite side of the map in the hands of someone else who's just as formidable with it.
Masking the op presence.
Is that his third ult of the half? I think it is.
It might be.
Yeah, I think it is. And Marv gets tagged. He should be safe for now.
Oh, Molly just misses.
Yeah, just a bit short.
Looks like they're gonna have to find a lineup for that now too.
Victor's still playing on the site. He hasn't been cleared out. You wonder here what the flood is. Maybe off of the Dizzy.
No
Maybe off of the paranoia from Tens, but yeah, you're right, no smokes. Vic's still alive. He's a nuisance. He's got to be dealt with. He has to be cleared. JohnQT tries to and continues to push forward.
30 seconds left.
But you haven't checked this box. What might be the most difficult one to clear because Crashies is covering on the other side. Zelsis and JohnQT left alone, and it's all onto the leader now. 12 HP in the face of 3. None found.
Wow. Victor just a menace on this A site.
Last round.
He was actually
in the
finessing
half.
so hard there. So aware of all the possibilities. Not getting caught out by the spam either, then holding a little off angle there.
Well, I think good on NRG too to understand, like, you're going to have to cover for him. They have to push really aggressively to clear him out of behind Jenny.
And also, just from the start of the round from NRG, masking the off presence, right?
Yeah, yep.
Demon 1 on, he got hit by that dagger on purpose. He wanted
This is
Sen to know that he was there. So that opens up the kill from Marv.
And they continue to juggle this op around, once again in the hands of Marv.
Look at this. Oh, did he see him?
No. No. Oh, but they know he's there now.
Oh my gosh.
10 seconds just destroys him. They've invested the ult. They're going to head B. Crashies is here, though. And Ethan's not far off. And they've kind of been split up.
I don't remember the last time I've seen a whiff like that from Demon 1.
Is he? Okay. I would have lost my mind.
Not with an op, surely.
Cover going out.
We've seen crazier things.
Sen playing a full post plant. Something I want to point out is that Tens has been holding on to his Omen Flash. And speaking of Tens, just takes Victor's head clean off.
3 left up for the defense. As the timer continues to tick away, there's that paranoia. A tap from Ethan and the molly at his feet. Didn't get it to half. They're going to have to win these gunfights because they know now that it's not being stuck. Ethan, halfway there. 3/4, 90%. He's going to stick it, and he does!
Closing off the half, how they started.
Bookended the fuses like that. That's
Switching
nuts.
sides.
That's crazy. Stealing that one away was NRG. Very, very clean from both sides, but 5 rounds for Sen, based off of how they played the last time they played defense. You gotta think that they're feeling very confident going into this next half.
Yeah, there's a lot of room for confidence here. As we close out this first half, a 7-5 lead in favor of NRG, but Sentinels kept it close. They kept it competitive. And I feel like we're in for a fight, Dre. I feel like we're in a fight, a good one. We're gonna throw it down to Ender, the attacking side. You were mentioning, Dre, a little bit about how you felt like, given the history for Sentinels, a 7-5 half kind of feels okay.
Yeah, and yeah, they were so solid, just like Ender said, on these retakes, which I think is the name of the game for both these teams. Great IGLing from both sides.
They're playing in the smokes, they're playing in the smokes. Dizzy over the top, the KO flash there too, and now they'd erupt. How much more can they find? Victor and Ethan keeping them at bay. In the face of the knife, they find another. Just when it looked like they were going to find success everywhere across the map, Tens is there to counter. Just a bit. Is he going to find more? Oh, spamming through the smoke, but they don't
Also
turn.
low.
Marv is just on the other side. Ghost puts him away. Now JohnQT in a 1v3. All of them weak. All of them tagged. The smokes were fresh. And the timing's just so he doesn't see him. JohnQT with 1. But the double face is a little bit too much.
What was a clean shot from John? Gets counterpicked from Victor. But yeah, that fight, kind of like NRG's defense, honestly, but way more aggressive. And you see the prep work from both teams now coming through. Both teams have such a good read on each other. I feel like going into this half for NRG, I think they're going to try to find sites that John is playing retake at and just trying to abuse that, much like how Sentinels was trying to find Victor. Where's
Right.
Victor playing?
Right.
He's playing retake most of the time. Let's go to the post plants. Go to the retakes.
Early space denied once more.
NRG. I think they should be aware that Sentinels does like to put these trap plays onto the B area. And that's why you see them taking mid. And honestly, this was the bread and butter of the last time they played. It was getting Demon 1 set up, trying to take 1v1s into mid or market area. And that's why this team plays the Jet instead of the Raze. They want to have Demon 1 try to get that pick and then dash out.
Interesting decision was just made there by Sentinels. They fed the orb. It could have gone into Sasi's hands, second hands, or Zelsis's hands, and they put it in towards Zekin, who's now the closest to having his ult online.
And they might make it here in time for this hit. NRG not taking their timing, not taking the window. I think Sen have a hard read that it was a faint smoke in mid. And look at this, they're gonna have all 5 players here. A 5-on-5.
They were all so quiet. John QT falls. Crashy's pushing forward. The flash on the other side of the wall is going to cause disarray across the site. Zelsis will not be around for long as NRG get another.
What a sick Viper wall, Doug. It splits the site in half. So not only does it allow you to walk up A main for free off of contact and take that elbow control, but it allows you to walk onto site and clear the default box.
Yeah.
And that's so important because we saw Victor even just there finessing, right?
Exactly. There you see that wall. And it was Crashy, I believe it was Crashy, who funneled in behind the wall as soon as they had that early contact. Yeah. You're absolutely right.
Very good game planning around the comp that they have because they don't have all this utility to clear these tight corners and these places that people could be hiding behind, right? So they have to walk into spaces like that, and having that wall cut off CT is so crucial to do that. And again, a very slow round from NRG. It's really taking their time. And look at this Viper wall for the B split.
Almost identical in concept to what they were doing on the other side, but this time they've run into 10s. Ultimately meeting his death, but he's already gotten so much value. John trying to turn the flash to clip Brent's dry, and Demon's there to greet him.
I don't think he's gonna pick this Phantom up. I think he's gonna stay on the Guardian.
I mean, when you're that good with it.
Yeah. I don't think he likes the Phantom very much, Doug. Great molly.
Yeah, they've just been a couple of threats. Ethan's tapped the spike twice, daring and beckoning any challenge from the opposition. Now Demon 1 hold the line.
Second.
Oh, the timing was perfect. Ethan in a 1v3 with the Guardian, and Zekin dismisses him.
And for a second there, I was kind of worried. You know, when Zelsis mollied the default box and made Demon 1 go wide, I thought that's what they wanted. I thought they wanted to punish him.
Sure.
But they're like, nah, forget that. We already have a win con of Zekin flanking that entire round. Why even give a chance to Demon 1? So you can tell the respect that they have for this player, as they should. And it's honestly helped them in so many rounds.
Let's go, boys. Good job.
Nice round, Tyson. Let's go, baby. Every round.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
16 and 11 for Zekin.
Yeah.
All these questions about experience and can you handle the biggest stages, the biggest moments so far. I mean, he's answered the call and he's done so quite admirably.
This entire offseason was meant for him to basically have, like, get that experience on LAN and everything. Take him over the edge. I don't think Victor knows that TenZ is here.
Shadows traveling.
This is a crazy timing. Maybe a hard read from Sen, understanding that Vic likes to throw this cam. Oh, the footstep was made.
Yeah, I heard that.
In and out. Just like that. And he's been heating up, Doug.
Like a thief in the night. You've got to cover John here. Gets out of the cam, feeling some of the pressure.
Oh, that smoke needs to go up. Just in time.
There's no flash on the other side of this, so maybe they double face? Or they just hold in the smoke?
I think John is aware. Will the mid players from NRG get first contact is the question.
They just seem so far away. No, it's Vic who's creeping forward.
Elbow.
The contact
Vic
out.
sees his elbow, Doug.
I don't know that he did. John QT toggling the camera, now spotting Demon 1.
Cage triggered.
And now they know something is afoot. Both of them spotted. They've got trips, they have cams, the paranoia is going to connect, but is there a punish? Is there something to capitalize on it? Yes.
Everyone hiding.
Leader invests the ult, but Crashies has gotten behind enemy lines. Can he find any more value? No. Getting in, getting his kill, then quickly taking a step back. Marvin Crashies into 2v5 with 13 seconds left. The Spike still not in a comfortable spot as they crumble. A flawless round for Sentinels as they punch back.
That was so clean, Doug. Everybody jiggling, so hyper aware of every gap that was there and having crossfires on every gap. That was a flawless round to the T. From the start of 10's just understanding the default cam of Victor and outplaying it. The little micro play like that gets you that first blood on the initiator, and then that causes NRG to have to contact everywhere.
Yeah, it's huge.
I just want to point out that, like, Tyson right now, 10's, I mean, everybody knows by Tyson, right? He's been dominating these last couple rounds. Like, he's really heating up. I can tell by his aim, too. He's got that little crackness back into him. Sen is the script.
I mean, it might be.
Oh my gosh. The Omen flashes have been killing it.
I mean, they've been on point.
Yeah,
they've been perfect.
They've been killing it. And he's been holding on to them. It's something that's very interesting. Maybe a little game plan read or something. Because even on the attacking side, he was holding on to it for the post plant. Wasn't even using it for the initial hit.
Is that same Viper wall out from NRG that we were talking about earlier? They've taken a lot of space mid, though. The buy is lackluster, but the space they've taken so far could prove to be the difference maker. Waiting on the other side of the trips, also throwing a little shoulder, showing a little skin, and then backing right on up.
That allows space for the 8 players to walk up here.
Saucy's there to greet on the other side. Meanwhile, 10's got the best of Marved. Oh, Saucy with 3 on the round. He's got another ult on mine.
And Zekin just running in there, but didn't have a target because Saucy just went nuts.
Yeah, they cleaned him up before he had a chance to fire the thing.
He hit a clip right there, and he's been relatively quiet in terms of firepower all game. So for him to be waking up at such a crucial time, it's very important going forward. And kind of dangerous from the likes of NRG now. Wow.
Big play out from Saucy. And the lead continues to dwindle away. Just one now. One round separating these two squads.
What? He's in the flow state right now.
The man has ascended.
That's why he's a part of this roster. Small little things like that, just understanding timings. But it works out for him this time.
And they have the luxury, too, of having such a big advantage with so much time left on the round. I mean, they can still play the map however they want.
Yeah, getting rid of that Viper lurk, they don't have to worry about this at all.
Right,
just
exactly.
Contact here. You'll probably see Saucy just jiggling this, but the main fight is actually going to happen here in Market.
10's is close. He has a paranoia. You imagine as soon as the trip goes down.
They should be ready for this.
Yeah, I think they're aware.
Great knife. Oh, it's broken though.
A better reaction. What are they trying to draw out of here? That's going to be a lot of info gain from Marv, yeah.
What do they do off of this, though?
And NRG are playing this so carefully.
30 seconds left.
So quietly, so cautiously.
10's is ahead of the cage.
Demon 1 pushing forward. 10's falls. Neural theft used. Wow. Dude, they were down in numbers, and they snatched this thing right back.
Spike planted. Last player standing.
Marv was there to greet. Saucy unaware. No real chance to fight back.
I mean, what great mid-rounding from NRG.
Without Viper.
Yeah.
Without the lurk.
Putting doubt in the minds of Sen. Off of that top mid smoke, yeah, they did have a cam that was holding that space the entire time, but the fact that they put so much pressure on that B area, John had to get off of that cam. And that opened up the gap for Jimmy Marv to come all the way back around top mid and catch that timing off the B main contact.
And to hold, yeah.
And I just real quick, I gotta say, yeah, Tyson's been feeling himself the last couple of rounds, but I think that kind of got to his head here because for some reason he took a timing in front of those cages that Victor threw and ultimately gave Victor a 1v1, and him dying there, that was a disaster. That opened up the entire map.
Take a look at that.
Of NRG.
We'll take a look at that opening kill one more time. Ultimately irrelevant in how things played out. I also love the little hezzy that NRG threw in there once they hit market.
Yeah, cutting noise.
Just pausing for half a second. I mean, it wasn't very long, but it was just enough to cause problems.
Yeah, and since Sen gave the A main line, they had no info on whether or not NRG was going back. So just that whole pause, just letting it cook in the brain of Sen, makes people move, makes people worried about different things. He gets off a cam. Another slow round here from NRG.
Just one gun fired.
He should understand from the audio cue that more than one person was seen by that, though. But nobody moving from the likes of Sen.
Crashies is 1 point away from having his ult online.
This is a new Viper wall, by the way.
Yeah, it is a little bit different. The angle is, isn't it?
This is just to take all of sight.
The flash. Taking a little bit of info. Oh! But 10s again.
He commits there.
Toxin screen down.
He did such a great job getting the one.
I've dropped the spike.
If he would have just gotten out, had a 5v4 with Omen Flash, perhaps.
Now they're going to have to deal with this pick. The one benefit, though, for Sentinels is that they have the Gecko ult. And that's a perfect thing to try to clear out something like this.
Oh, this is perfect.
We'll see if it can find value. It's going to tag him. Do they flood, though? Do they capitalize in on this window as Mar pushes forward, expecting the aggression? The pick gets dropped. How much more can they find? They're trying to flash out and funnel through the utility. A 3v3, Jonky T 1 HP as he falls. Zelsis left alone, 16 HP in a 1v2.
Wow.
Tries to get a free one in the spam, and it's just not going to be found.
Marv, so clutch for this team. Understands that he has to push up there. He has to try to take out anybody walking into that Viper's pit, because if he didn't, Crashies is just dead, and it opens up the entire retake for Sentinels.
I think the other thing, too, is Marv's understanding of the timing on that.
Exactly.
No, the pit went up, Crashies got tagged, and there was still just a slight delay before he dropped back down off that box and challenged the pit.
Perfect timing. He understood that the molly from Crashies was there at first. He didn't want to drop right away. And he's 17 and 12 right now. Really taking over.
Cover going out.
A 3-round lead. It was down to 1, but NRG have found a second lease at life.
I like this from NRG. These slow rounds. Not trying to get caught by anything aggro. They don't want the round to end in the first, 15 seconds, which when you're up against the likes of these shooters on Sentinels, it can really happen that fast.
And that's really been their approach the entire half.
Yeah.
Right? Meticulously dissecting and devouring everything the defense is showing. I will say here for Sentinels, they've taken a lot of space A main. There's just a trip keeping them back. But Zekin finds the opener.
Down mid.
Great response from Crashies.
Fast trade. You see the hours of VOD review going in to these games. Against other teams, maybe Sentinels would break that trip, but this time, staying there, not breaking it, understanding that NRG likes to rewalk into space.
Saucy.
And usually Zekin, in those scenarios, just blast packs out. So again, I just feel like Sen is making these small mistakes of staying in for too long.
Saucy can get a lot here. If he tucks, the first is found, the second does too.
Omen Flash right off of that.
And the Dizzy.
Oh, this guy's...
Yeah, well, it's Demon 1. He gets his first.
Isn't that funny?
10 seconds left, though. A flash in his face, a spike in hand, but just no room allotted, no space found. They continue to swarm and pursue him from every single angle.
And what was that volley? But they really throw the whole kitchen at Demon 1.
You have to.
You can tell they don't want him to get anything going, not even a 3K. They want a one and done.
Yeah,
they want to trade him instantly.
And I think it can be looked at two ways, right? Like one of them is, oh, respect, and Demon 1 is, great, and all those things are fundamentally true. But I think we can consider the other side of it as well. Is that's just the intelligent way to play around him.
Yeah,
right.
Especially in this comp too.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
This comp is It's meant for lurks. It's meant for contact plays. And here comes aggression here. A change of pace from NRG, but the knife initial reaction slows down the entire push.
And the dizzy flip of Thomas. Second was there on the swing. The timing is gorgeous. Woo. Oh, Sentinels are not done yet.
Shadows traveling.
Refusing to relent on Sunset. It's Marv, Ethan, and Victor are left alone.
These are the dangerous rounds from NRG.
That is true. They have 2 rifles, too.
When sound is cut and nothing is being shown, they just finesse their way. Look, they're sitting behind the trip. They break it. Now what? What's the next reaction? That's Victor coming out.
There's still one more on site.
And John was here last time.
And he's alone. And there's help maybe around the corner via Celsius. He's just now finally starting to arrive, but the leader's overwhelmed. Now weapons upgraded. All 3 of the members of NRG have rifles. They haven't committed to getting the spike down quite yet. Celsius popping the ult, Ethan committing to the plant, and it looks like it's for main.
Spike planted.
They don't have any post-plant utility.
So patient on this retake. This Sen.
But is the patience going to be their downfall? Is it going to be too much? Second with the first. Color me shocked.
Last player standing.
Second with the third on the round, and Celsius gets it back. Danger and disaster avoided.
And man, NRG almost brought that round back. I set it up perfectly. They're so dangerous in the rounds where the sound is just cut. When they put down in the minds of Sen, but Sen just going back to their fundamental playstyle of playing the retakes on this map when they're up numbers. And this time closing it out, and I think Marv in that scenario, he got jump spotted by Zek in there, but still stayed on the angle. Gets punished. Still such a close game. Anybody could take this away.
Sentinels is ult. Off of the paranoia! He doesn't get it off! The fuse is extinguished! And the payload isn't delivered. An early attempt at a strike at aggression from the defense. It's instantly popped.
Demon 1 was the one that got punished in the previous round with his ult out. This time clapping back.
I know exactly where you are.
And again, Dre, the DNA is the same. They cut noise, instilling just the tiniest fragment of doubt, creeping into the minds of the defense. They have to play elbow because of that Viper wall. Sassy can't give up the space, and he's gone aggressive. He's ahead of it!
Wow.
And he's punished for it. Another one down.
Crashies is playing this perfectly right now.
Charges.
Tens is in a really good spot, though, but Crashies, you wonder if he's aware. Oh, the timing's so good! Tens continues to push forward, but with Molly at his feet, ultimately cannot persist.
Spike planted.
Celsius and John left alone. There is a challenge from behind the box as the wall goes up.
Oh, this wall is so good. He gets out.
Last player standing.
I thought he was gonna hit that shot. Celsius now flashed. Decayed, paranoid.
It's not planted for them, though.
They still have so much time. There's nothing keeping him back. He's gotten it to half. That's all it's gonna be. Crashies with 3 on the round with the shorty. NRG gets a map point.
Match point.
So clean from Crashies. And Demon 1 to open it up like this.
Wow.
Party's over.
Dude,
That's rough.
Marv was out of there. I'm like, I'm leaving. Good luck.
And honestly, if Demon 1 doesn't hit that shot, his dash was not primed and ready there.
Yeah, he was done. But not only to hit it, but also to hit it before.
NRG, I think they understand that this A site has been played on retake quite a bit of rounds.
Also, keep an eye on Marv's ult. He's been so aggressive with his TPs. Demon 1 already falling. I love what they tried doing there. There was a deep smoke into B main, into spawn, and the TP to perhaps suggest that's where he was going.
But Celsius's knife just denied all of that. He actually canceled the Omen ult as well.
Cage triggered.
Sentinels with the numbers advantage.
And they get the pit down. Crashy's getting healed up, but not to full.
And he still doesn't have it. Marv just tucked. Not from here. Oh, every single shot misses. And Zekin doesn't. Sentinels just continue to push forward.
Wait.
Crashies and Vic left alone.
The duo.
Against the trio of Sentinels on the other side. It's fallen to one. And Tens gets 2 more.
Life for Sentinels. All up is Zelsis's knife. There was no smoke that was able to come out lane here. And that gets Demon 1 to be punished, losing the 1v1 against Zelsis.
1 enemy remaining.
And that was that retake that, that was that retake that Ender was talking about.
Yeah.
With the Gecko Flash over the top. So NRG, no answer for that when they were down numbers. Everything riding onto this round. And Marv sitting on a stinger. They gotta set Crashies up.
They just don't have any guns, bro. Ethan has a classic.
Keep in mind that the dagger did just hit Crashies here, so they are aware.
Poison orb emitting.
Crashy started on the side of the map. What's the reaction from NRG? Just still cutting noise. Putting doubt in the minds of Sen.
I mean, their approach does not change.
Here we go, they're starting to gear up. Walking towards that B site, but I like this proactivity from Sen. This should give them the info that this will be a B hit. And I just gotta say, the IGLing from both teams so far has been immaculate.
Oh, it's been a treat to watch.
They've always, it seems like they always pick the right side.
First trip cleared, the dog went all the way around the pillar! Tens does it again! Intense on OT! But can they counter? No! Tens with 4! Second gets the last! OT on the cards!
Was that all ADS?
It looked like it, the 3K? Yeah, it looked like it.
I'm flabbergasted right now, Doug.
Survived obliteration. I will survive them.
What a beast, man!
And the crowd comes to life.
Momentum in the hands of Sen right now after that.
But OT needs a chance to reset. An op in the hands of Demon 1. And it doesn't look like there's a challenge early.
These passive lines that Demon 1 has been playing all game long. Makes you think maybe reading a little too much into it.
Vic's here. The Cam's gonna feel a lot of the pressure. He's gotta tuck tail and try to get away. But Zekin's gone hunting! Victor's there with 2!
Spike down A.
The tandem falls, crumbles at the feet of Victor, and Demon 1 finds value at the op. What can they do to counter? Tens and Zelsis. Spike not in hand, position surrounded.
This kill on Demon 1 would be
Last
everything.
player standing. Spike down A.
As I say that, Crash, he's just one tap Zelsis.
NRG take the lead back.
Victor going huge there. He had to win that
Switching
1v1
sides.
on Zekin.
Yeah.
Match point.
Jumping the gun a little too early was the youngin. NRG won the round, and they're the ones that take the time out, so really trying to make... And I don't think we're going to see anything different here from NRG. I think we're going to see another slow default.
But that's a different wall. A wall after Crash, he's sectioning off mid, going deep into their spawn.
Suppressed. There.
Crash is getting hit on purpose there. It's Sen, not even worried about it. Just complete retake on that side of the map.
I mean, look, yeah, and also they're investing 3 to hold the middle of the map. They have to respect the wall. They have to respect the possibility of a flash on the other side of it and the deep push mid.
NRG really cooked with this, keeping 2-3 players in mid with just this one wall.
And dude, the mind games continue. Marv just smoked
insane.
market. There's nobody there.
All signs leading to top mid, but we've seen Tyson here before. This time not on top of the box.
Shadows traveling.
But he's got 2 trips to play off of.
They must know now. Oh, what's afoot? Ten's waiting on the other side of the smoke. No! Victor drops him. John going exploring.
Here.
He had the moment, not clutch this time though.
Flash deep into spawn. The spike committed.
A spam kill. Did he hit the trip?
May have. Ethan flash. He's got 2, 3 flashes in his face. Now Zekin's there. Numbers in favor of Sentinels.
Oh my gosh. But look at Marv just on the flank. The rewrap, Doug.
But is it going to take too long? I mean, the onus here is on Sentinels. They have to take some space. They have to do something about it here.
Oh, the Gecko's
Wingman got half. Wingman
Standing.
gets you so close, but can Marv get a 1v3? He's going to have to finish it on his own, and he can't. We're going again.
Wow. What great utility from Sentinels there.
Switching sides.
Punishing anybody that was still on the site, getting a spam kill on the Crashies.
We feeling good? Hope so, hope so.
Ethan, he couldn't go anywhere.
Yeah, he had no choice, man.
There was a nade behind him. He had to run into the flash. From Saucy. Poor guy, just full blind. And that's where you see the Gecko just get so much value, right? On these retakes. Having the Dizzy defuse the bomb. Tap the bomb, right? So that you have 4 guns just holding.
Fighting, yeah. And so double OT on the cards. These two teams, it's just been the first map, but they're really pushing each other.
That flash made contact with Crashies, but Crashies is so deep in mid that I think that Sentinels now might have to overthink this and use another layer of utility to clear out close mid. So I think you will see this second flash in mid, perhaps, off the cooldown. It's just silence across the board. No one really showing any early aggression anywhere.
No, I think there's a real good chance they wait here and regroup B for Zelsis to get his knife back online, and then they go.
This is what I was talking about, the great IGLing from both sides. Always picking the site with less numbers. These IGLs have a hard read on the game right now, especially when they're on attack.
Start to see some of the flashes out. Both of them through. And look at Marv! He's up top! Right where Thames was a few rounds ago. They managed to get the spike down, though. Zekin has fallen. NRG with numbers. And there's no late flank, at least yet. Look at Sentinels. They're not wanting to play off site. I mean, they can't because of Viper Wall. They have to play on site.
Great Omen flash.
Buys a little bit of time. The dash is forward out onto their left. Tench trying to hold him back, and he can't.
Player standing.
It's all on to Zelsis. A 1v2. Jumping up on top of the box, creeping forward. Timing.
Demon 1.
Huge. Zelsis cannot convert. NRG with the lead again.
Look at both teams are so good at retaking. These post plants are what's making the difference.
Switching
And
sides.
also just Marv there,
Match point.
understanding that he just needs to get his one and get out to set up that amazing retake potential that they have. Both these teams so far so evenly matched. But NRG, match point once again.
This is what, the third time now?
Yeah.
They've had this opportunity.
And they're doing this mid wall again, it looks like. This time, do they actually use it, is the question. Maybe a mid to A.
Oh, it seems like they want to. Oh! I think he was a little behind the flash, just a little late.
Trying to find a timing, maybe thinking that he had a hard read on the setup from Sentinels in mid. A bit of a gamble, but you know what? When you're in the driver's seat like this, you know, sometimes you got to go for plays like that to try to win, you know?
I think part of that goes to how they showed how they played around this wall in the previous OT.
Yeah.
Previously, it was a threat. Maybe just banking on the fact that they might not believe.
Oh, how does this guy just keep finding these timings?
How far up does he go?
By the way, Victor has been an absolute freak on this B side of the map, walking into space.
Yeah, he's been a proper menace. Gunfire erupts, his bodies fall on both sides.
This is this slow mid round again, but that peak right there will be the read that this will be another one of those slow rounds where they end B.
That knife tagged both. Wow, Vic with a lot to do and he can't find any.
That was huge.
Sentinels with the numbers advantage and the very likely possibility of another round of OT. Oh. Molly soaring over the sky, Marv getting spammed through the smoke, Ethan left alone, and he will ultimately succumb to the pressure.
Triple overtime.
And honestly, it hasn't been close. I mean, NRG have had map point a couple of times, but it never really feels like they're a kill away. It's been pretty decisive.
Sen was so confident there to give all of B. And it's kind of a like a mind game, you know, like Victor has all that B space, so it kind of makes you want to end B. But Sentinels was aware, Tyson was aware that he could be in sight that entire time. Just great control of emotions and not overheating this time.
I feel bad. That guy keeps getting beat up, man. I feel bad for him.
Great IGLing this entire map. But now is when you see that, you know, that rumor, a facade of IGLs being able to frag while they're IGLing, yeah? It's having a little bit of a rough time in that department.
Is that a quiet map? A lot of space taken from the defense across the middle of the map.
Sentinels just looks like they're ready for this aggression, but I think Zekin made an audio cue when he got off this angle.
The dash went out, but Marv stays.
Wow.
Does John Hart clear this?
He has to look.
He's looking right at him. The gun barrel's gonna give him away, and he gets the kill.
Wow. So smart.
Will this finally be the moment that Sentinels are able to push NRG to map point?
And now he's just going to be the human drone, as I've said so many times before.
A pesky lurk.
He's going to get all the info here.
And Sentinels are glad to just hold, right? They don't have to make a ton of noise.
So smart from Sen to come back to the A site. Might seem like it could be the obvious play, but
well, it might be to Victor because he's really far up. He's hearing everything. Does he try to peek ahead of the room? But no, they're taking a step back. It's a great nade. But somehow, honestly, Victor doesn't get away with as much damage as I would have expected.
There it is.
The spike sunk into the soil of the site.
Wow.
At Vic's feet. Saucy's there to clear.
This post-plant utility is so clean.
And Tens is on a late flank. Keep a close eye on the minimap. Can they hold them back? Second on the first. Demon 1 falling.
One enemy remaining.
And Tens is the last to clean it up. Sentinels get to map point.
Switching sides. Match point.
I really like that from John. Getting the pick in mid on the re-clear. Just intuition. He heard that dash and knew something was up. Someone's got to be here in mid.
Yeah, there's no way it was just that.
Yeah, and we've seen Sen on these A post plants just be so cold. Even NRG, honestly. I wouldn't be surprised if NRG tried to end A here, just like Sentinels did. That A post plant, so strong, so hard to retake that.
The dastardly duo of Tens and Zekin both flirting with 30 apiece.
Towards an orb.
Which is just absurd.
Great performances so far from them.
4 members of Sentinels A.
Yeah, and I think it's what I said. I think they're trying to read into this, understanding that NRG has had a lot of success on the A post plants and not so much on the B.
I mean, they still have to reckon with that wall.
If I'm not mistaken, utility was used to re-clear this A space. NRG is aware. Sen's not budging, man. Tyson's here with the Omen Flash. I think they have a good idea of what's going on here.
This setup could be disaster. There's 4 here. As soon as there's contact, there it is. Zekin gets ahead of it, though.
He's down.
I think because of that, yeah, Tens is able to hold the flash. But there's a flank. Oh my. Demon 1 behind enemy lines.
30 seconds left.
Can I get 2? Oh, Tyson tucked. He didn't show his gun.
16 HP. Spam on one side, the cam on the other. A 4v4. Saucy spamming into the smoke. Tag. Tens does it again. Tens and Zekin once more delivering for Sentinels. A 3K for the duelists as they take map 1.
What a huge map win. You saw it, right? That's the difference in winning a map that goes into OT and not. And John is also just so comfortable on the Cypher role in general. Why not, right?
NRG on the attack. Knife hitting back sight. And B is littered with Cypher utility. Oh, John staying alive though. There's the trip. The dart too, but they're gonna get away unscathed.
It's the classic Sentinels blueprint. Play retake on the Cypher side.
And that's just gonna make for a chaotic attempt.
Yeah.
Add a retake, a 5v5. Crashies is taking a little bit of damage. Ethan has 2.
I like this from Crashies, but it looks like Saucy is aware.
Those two
could be this late B main flank.
Yeah, those two are just gonna sit side by side while the rest of the fight ensues on B. They're all huddled up. It's so close, and there it is. It's a 2 for 2. Finally, things starting to crumble, but Ethan trying to keep him back, trying to hold the line. Saucy from up top disposes of him. Ooh, they know it's just more, but the clip runs dry.
No way!
Oh, that was so close. What a start.
It comes down to just ammo. Not having enough. He dinked him so early on. It's a miracle.
That he stayed alive that long, yeah.
Saucy just in the Matrix in that moment. Oh, it looked like he already wanted to invest into the Odin, but changes his mind. And I like this from Zekin. Bringing the Outlaw into play here. First one of the series. And what a better spot to be at than here on Heaven at A. Just free kills if A main is not smoked.
And they've got to know there's a lot of pressure here. Tens and Celsius blocking down A. Demon One on the other side will not be around for long. And they've got the spike.
And I know I stated earlier that Sentinels was playing with a lot of respect towards Demon One, but now I kind of feel like that narrative might change, especially with Zelsis just challenging him there. He was one-shot headshot to a classic, but takes the fight anyway. Look at this trip. What can you really do?
Yeah, I think at this point, NRG is just trying to get out.
Did he?
Guns out of the hands of their opponents.
I think Marv tapped the door on purpose.
Sounded like it, yeah.
Oh, to open? Wait.
I heard it too, I don't know.
What door did we hear? Maybe not this door. Maybe that might have been the A door. Potentially.
One enemy remaining.
Either way, Vic falls, Marv left alone.
Ooh.
That's one weapon found.
you saw in the player cam. Saucy just laughing about the jump peek that Marv just did. Giving him props. That was a nice shot. I like that. You know, having fun out there, super important, especially to play at a high level. You got to be able to tap into that and enjoy what you're doing. And honestly, when you're in that kind of zone, you play even better.
Oh, he's just
play a little bit loose.
Hang on. I don't know if he's not gonna keep his weapon, right?
Keep him alive.
That's amazing. Oh. Not feeding him anything.
And now he's regretting dropping that Bulldog. Look at his money.
Wow.
Wow. And like, as a player, I'll speak about it after this replay because these are some nice shots, but as a player, this is something you joke about in scrims. Oh, let's keep him alive, you know?
Yeah.
Keep him alive, his money will be bad. I don't think I've ever seen it actually happen in a match on purpose. They all deliberately hid from Marv there.
Zekin still has the Outlaw. There it is. Once again, besting Demon One.
Good trade from Ethan, though.
I love what I'm seeing out of Zekin, though, man.
That's a fast KO all. I didn't even realize that Ethan had this online already.
He still has that Outlaw. They've got to know he's back there. There's no way he got out of the sight, but he gets a second with it.
Placing alarm bot.
This is a doable situation, albeit difficult.
Yeah. And already very costly for NRG. And I think if I'm Sen here, at some point you gotta just make the play. Maybe we don't go for it. Maybe we just ruin the economy altogether.
Well, Zelsis did just get a weapon. Managed to pick up a Spectre. Spotting the first, just a little ahead of the flash by the narrowest of margins. Now 10's feeling the heat.
He should really just try to get as many as he can before he dies here.
I wondered for a second if NRG were going to be able to keep any.
Yeah. Yeah, they very well could have lost all their weapons if Zelsis and Tens in that scenario decided to just play crossfires. But I've been hyping up the Outlaw so much, and this is the reason why. Even if he doesn't get any of these kills and gets a 140 tag, that makes the round so winnable for anybody. Even a classic, right?
Yeah.
A classic one shot.
That just does so much damage.
I'm very surprised that more people haven't been using it.
Light armor on 4 for the defense. And NRG back to their similar antics from Sunset, a slow, methodical approach to the attack side.
Great shock dart there. Getting crashes off the drone, taking chip damage as well. And there's the info. Demon 1 is in B main. Already Zekin leaning towards that market area, playing anti here. Does he peek off the timing of the Cypher cam? I think he does.
I think so too.
But look at the setup from Sen. They're so ready for the speed up on Cat.
Yeah, and NRG are trying to potentially clear out trips that may be controlling mid. It's often an alarm bot that's there, but given the Cypher pick, the approach is just a tiny bit different.
So important here for NRG to break this cam and get out.
You also got to be careful here if you're Zekin not to overcommit. Not to over-deliver, but he doesn't make any noise. He doesn't get the kill. Wow. They're warning shots. But is that going to be enough? Zekin might be in trouble. Yeah, he's dead. He had nowhere to go. The TP back B. Saucy waiting as aggression continues to trample forward. Marv's going to fall. The spam trying to connect onto another, and nothing's found. The site wide open. Zelsis and John have to try to take this back, and attempting to flood is denied. Crashy's weak. Quiet, his footsteps now pushing forward. Ethan disposing of the IGL on the opposite side.
He woke up.
Yes, he did.
Oh my gosh.
Yes, he did.
That's the Ethan we know. Maybe taking what I said a little too personal, huh?
Hey, he heard you. He saw the clips in between maps.
He's like, oh, we need me to shoot? No, I bet.
I mean, if he had gotten that kill on the Demon 1, I think it's such a different setup. But not only was that the problem, but again, Zekin had nowhere he could go.
Yeah, it was really good fundamentals from the side of NRG, because if it was a flash play, anything like that, you had Ethan bottom right of mid, you had Victor bottom left of mid playing anti, like jiggling in and out, holding for Demon 1 to just get contact there. So they kind of had an idea already going into the round that there might be a trap play around that mid area. And honestly, Zekin was lucky to even get out alive at all.
Just pistols for Sentinels. Saucy with his ult.
Yeah, and this is just pretty good IGLing from the side of NRG, but Sen reading into it, understanding that NRG has had that B site for free the last couple of rounds.
I wonder here what they do here if they try to clear out Wine. Is that smoke?
That's a really good timing on that smoke.
Yeah, they have to clear it, and that's exactly what Demon 1 does, but the paranoia dissuades for a little bit. Oh my gosh! He jumped into it. He jumped into it! They're trying to get something else with these pistols, but it's just so hard. It's so labored. 1 HP. Oh! And he takes the fight anyway! That's Demon 1.
1 HP. That's what the 1 stands for, huh?
30 seconds left.
Things slow down just a little bit, but NRG have so much room.
This is doable for Sen.
13 HP between Demon 1 and Victor.
2 players at 1 HP. You have a Deagle on the board. Marv, 1-shot headshot to a Ghost. This is very, very doable. And they might get spammed with this dart.
When does he use it?
Does Marv swing off this turret?
Oh, so many options.
Second guessing himself, but it's perfect.
Oh, there's one! The second falls! Vic has 12 HP!
Oh my gosh!
But he does have a gun. Can he hold him back? The first falls! Victor once again trying to do it all on his own. Dancing around Jenny. Saucy tapping. Time is short. He's playing with him. He's bought so much time! What a play from Victor, the Red Bull
Victor is so cold in these moments where he's just finessing around an object. The last map, it was A site, default. This time it's Jenny on A. His movement is just too good. But Sentinels is feeling really good about that round. Yeah, they invested the Sova ult, but they had a chance at winning that. That was so close.
Eyes up.
I mean, 12 HP was the difference maker.
Yeah.
And so we go, NRG with 3 ults on the round. One of them was just used, the Blade Storm online.
Wow.
And it's neutered for just a moment. Delayed by the Blade.
Very interesting change of pace from NRG.
Drop the snipe.
And I do wonder if they were going to actually commit there or if the whole plan all along was to fake that A main aggression. But look at how proactive Sentinels are right now. Tyson reclaiming that A main space, going into wine. That's so much info gathered, but they're not moving on the map, not reading into it. NRG did just enough to keep Sen guessing on this A site. And you know what? That goes into last map's mind games, right? Where NRG would cut noise and still re-hit the same site. That drone should be an indicator, though, that there is a lot of pressure here towards B.
You see some of the mind games already. That shock intended to clear the cam. It was there a couple of rounds ago.
Yeah.
Here.
Should be a free B site here.
Yeah. Demon One not finding any targets.
Oh, what an interesting trip.
But it'll delay and it'll buy some time. Second has an op, and Odin in the hands of Sasi. And another explosive attempt at a 5v5 retake on the cards. They're taking their time though. Wow. Demon One with 1, that's all it is. Zalstis on the trade. Spike continuing to tick away, and Victor's in such a good spot. All he has to do is spam! Tens with a shorty? But there's still so much to do.
No, second whiff.
And time is short. They've got to push forward if they want to take this thing back. Ethan and Vic left alone.
Nice knowing you.
15 HP. There's there any challenge. He ultimately falls. Second is not going to be able to get out.
And honestly, a couple whiff shots there from the side of Sentinels. Specifically Zekin. I think he had a chance to get 2 or 3 op kills into that round, but just not connecting. And this kill was so insane. That just makes you think maybe, you know, maybe we swap the gun of the op to somebody else so Zekin can run in with the rifle and entry.
Sure.
With 10s there, because if he would have been right there, he could have gotten that trade maybe. And that could have opened up the retake. Small things like that change the outcome of the rounds. And this is a very, very old default that we used to see NRG do, I mean, a couple of years ago during chamber meta, getting marved up on this box. If anybody peeks cat, they're dead. He's holding that line down. Now looking deep into mid. Looking for even a jump spot from CT, looking for anything. Oh.
Nicely done. Spotting one.
I like this, though.
There's still so much time in the round, though.
Yeah. Here comes the counter, Jones. Trying to reclaim the info game in mid.
Can Zekin find any value with these blades? It's not set up off of anything. There's not a flash on the other side. This is a duelist on his own, looking to find a thread to pull on.
Knife doesn't connect on anything close, B main. So the trips will and should stay up.
Zelsis has ult, but he's on the opposite side of the map.
Here comes the blender. You're gonna see Sova dart off of contact with these trips and spam coming out.
There's a dart. Only spotting one though. Nicely done, but the spam is there. They have to understand. Meanwhile, Zekin with the blades finding one from up top. Had to have gotten high ground, but Demon One pushing forward. Disposing of the opposition. Ult invested. 10 seconds left. They've got to go fast. But you've got to clear out John backside. Oh! Beautifully done.
Time to die. Don't make a fuss.
Almost a very scary round for Sentinels. Honestly, off of whiff, like a whiff from Demon One. Even the previous round with the knives, usually in that scenario, we see Demon 1 get 2-3 in that case. But just not stringing multi-kills together today, it seems, is Demon 1. Just getting a lot of one and dones, getting traded out very fast.
It was quiet map 1. Seems to be continuing that here map 2.
But the way that NRG set that round up, Doug, was so clean. Getting that late lurk down. Oh, what? What was that?
Talked about him whiffing a few shots in the previous round, not this time.
That was cold.
And he knew. I mean, you go back to the beginning of the round, the crosshair was expecting the jump spot.
I mean,
You should run.
that was for anybody. That could have been anybody from NRG there on the jump spot. They're dead. But who better for Sentinels than to take out Demon 1?
Especially in a light buy situation, a rifle in the hands of Victor, but that's it. He's gonna go re-exploring. If he gets a timing mid, he's gonna get both.
Oh, and he hears him running up Cat too, so he will have the time.
Oh, and Marv gets 2! I thought it was gonna be Vic to blow it up, but the classic from Marv is a difference maker for now.
And this is the perfect bait. Oh, but Marv, or Victor whiffs.
Time is so short. Time is so short.
These battles are so
What a
insane.
round! Is he gonna keep the op? The spike will do the dirty work for him.
NRG. 5 rounds already.
Marv again playing hero.
Oh my gosh.
That's dirty, bro.
Very accurate flick. But I will say that that jump peak was a little bit too wide out, honestly. You still gotta hit that shot though, but I think most of the time you see players jump spot that.
A little bit tighter.
It's a lot tighter. It's
Yeah.
a lot tighter.
Op still in the hands of Zekin. But that's really it.
Placing swarm grenade.
The rest of the buy is not great.
Ah, turret
5
down.
rounds to this half from NRG. It's really good.
Yeah, it's a great attack side.
And a lot of them were towards that B side of the map. I think we've only seen like thrifties on the A side from NRG. Something to note maybe for Sen. The Cypher just so far not getting too much value on the defense side.
And again, silence covers the site. Just quiet
They love this door smoke.
from NRG.
They
Not,
gonna
dude, not
3-2-1 in the smoke?
Yeah, not even a footstep. They're not worried about it. As the spike, excuse me, the smoke goes down, the spike pushes forward, the flash and the dash. Tens is playing in wine, but that's it. John trying to find some value with the classic. That's a big ask.
Oh, they saw that, right?
Start to see some spam come
Player
through
standing.
as the defenses of Sentinels crumble once more. I'd be curious to see how NRG play this because there's plenty of time to hunt this op down if they wanted to.
Yeah, and while they're hunting, and you see on the map, everyone's moving right now. I want to point out that I think NRG had a hard read into this round. I think they understood that Zekin was opping B because they made contact on Cat. Didn't get any op shot baited out or anything like that towards that side of the map. So understanding that these bad guns will be on that A side and just taking their time, waiting for that smoke to go up door, not dying to anybody from sight. And lining things up to condition in the future rounds.
Yeah.
And we've seen how much of a menace Marv can be in that garden area, the garden cat area. He kind of owns that spot. Look at Ethan, man. This guy has 14 kills, man.
Yeah,
He's got another ult.
he's had an outrageous half.
I mean,
Nice. So obvious, man.
see?
Open the upper,
You were right,
upper.
I knew it.
Yeah, you were right.
Setup. Having a field day right now is NRG, and it looks like Sen will be taking a timeout. Very wise to do so. Yeah, that's something I want to touch on, actually, is how oppressive a KO that is going off, that is popping off can be. This guy has a second ult.
Yeah, with the Hunter's Fury over the top too, man. Like, that's a bad day.
It just feels like any round you win, this guy already has an ult up. And if they win with that ult, their economy is already broken and into shambles.
Zelsis as a judge, they're managing their money in such a way to where Zekin can continue to get an op.
Yeah.
There's the challenge.
Zekin wise to just show an arm there before he peeks out all the way.
Yeah, dancing with death. There's a judge on the other side.
No way!
And just disposed of.
That was such a good peek from Demon One.
It was
Going
just,
wide.
it was effortless. It looked so easy.
Looked like he knew. Peeked it perfectly. And here you go. You get the kill. You cut noise. Again with the smoke on door. I think this is all fake.
Well, just for a second, it looked like...
And it was just enough. There's only Zekin here, and he has to go huge for his team.
He's got the op. At this point, you imagine he's just kind of playing to stay alive.
Oh!
He's got it!
Kill
The
the bomb.
spike's on the other side, but he peeks ahead of it and tries to get a second.
NRG is so smart right now. They're so dialed in.
70 HP, trying to dance around.
Oh, wow.
But he got the job done.
Out.
Spike
there's
is
a
planted. And now things slow down. A 2v2 as you hear the dart soar across the site. Ethan playing in a position to where he can impact things at the end of the round. Leaving Vic to his own devices. That ult's gonna be big. Can Vic keep him back by himself while Ethan starts to move forward? Drops Sassy. John by himself will not deliver. He cannot.
NRG look like they're taking this map away with them.
Dude, they're speed running their way to split at this point.
And you see the different layers that they have on this map now and why they condition that door smoke. This time opting to fake and go back to the B site, investing the KO as well. And had Ethan not gotten that trade onto Tens, who killed Demon One there, maybe a faster rotation would come out from the likes of Sen. But they were not able to make it in time. And Zekin just got overwhelmed. Like, he can't deal with everything, right? Omen ult back sight.
Right.
So was running out to trade with Killjoy.
That one way is not kind. But honestly,
I mean,
Tens with 2 HP.
yeah. Wow.
It looked like they were trying to set up Zekin on some really aggressive space, B main too.
I really like the way NRG just played that map. Or just played this round, this early round. Showing aggression in A main. Showing that there's multiple players there. And that ultimately led Sentinels to try to claim some space at B, running into a flash play.
Lulled into their death cell, Sis, with the right click on the flash. Thought he was going to get ahead of things, but 3 members on the other side, and now NRG can push forward.
Look at the mini map. Just like you said, nobody on this A site. And look at how cautious NRG is still being.
Yeah.
Look, he's clearing everything out, still committing the
30
utility. They don't
seconds
want to get cheesed right now.
Yeah, they're playing this round by the book.
Man, this is a masterclass.
I mean, Sentinels have already decided to save.
Yeah. And this is a disaster half for the side of Sen.
What adjustments need to be made?
I think it all starts with the mid area of the map. I think when Zekin was able to get those early kills in mid, they were able to actually get something going for themselves in the mid round. But without any mid control or any mid re-clear, Sen is just not able to hold these hits or anything.
Right.
So I think we need to see more proactivity from the side of Sentinels. But it just might be too late, Doug. We're too deep in the half. I mean, this is a 3-8, almost a 9-3. Does NRG give them this round to dodge the 9-3 curse?
Round before the switch.
That's the question, because at this point, I think that's all that's stopping them to take this map away.
17-5 for Ethan. I mean, the timeline tells the whole story. Sentinels have struggled to find success.
Yeah.
And now Demon One has an op in his hand.
2 ops, actually. Got an op up for Marv, and this is what happens when you win so many rounds in a row, like you were talking about.
Yeah, there's luxury in this.
Drop yourself a rifle, showing up on both extremities.
Can't use that.
Try to peek ahead into this.
I mean, and just having op presence on attack makes you just play so differently as the defenders. You're scared to jiggle. You're scared to hold certain lines.
And that's tough, especially when you were just calling for perhaps a little bit more proactivity from the defensive side.
It causes massive hesitation. Oh, great molly though.
So dead.
That is the proactivity we needed though, and I'm glad it was off utility, making sure we don't get picked by the op.
That's one down.
And that was crazy that Saucy just went for the 1v1 with an Odin against an op.
Because the op. He's picked it up, and he falls. Meeting the same fate.
I guess the counter to the op is the Odin.
Seems to be the case.
It's a big kill though.
Yeah, but a 4v2? Maybe.
Defense is spread out though, 2 and 2. If they actually group up here, it will be an even fight on either side.
30 seconds left.
Looking to see if he can find any info with the knife. No one playing backside.
Yeah, Ethan's doing all this on purpose. Drawing attention, trying to allow Marv to find an opening. That jiggle, I don't think it was seen.
Start to see some of the spam come through. 10 seconds left on the round. Zelsis with 3 and Sentinels get to 4.
Yeah. And NRG, yeah, I think they gave it to him. I would say they gave him the round. Yeah, they wanted to dodge the 9-3 curse.
We'll take a look at it again. I think, jokes aside, I think when you think about how well matched up these two teams are, one round really can make all the difference.
It can.
That's not an insignificant round.
Most definitely. And it was all based off of what I was talking about, like trying to re-aggro in mid, and they actually, you get 8. Like, you're feeling great right now. And if you're Sen, on the flip side, you gotta win this pistol. Everyone towards B here.
And quiet.
Yeah. And that was the cue.
Expecting the knife, dodging the knife. Crashy still has his dart.
The thing is they haven't shown anything towards the A side of the map.
Oh, it tagged him. They're gonna push him. Second dashing forward, the paranoid. Trying to hit stairs. Seconds there. Drops Crashies. A window open. And Sentinels barge through.
That was a sick knife.
I mean, he never was able to get the dart off.
Here.
That trip.
Spike
So
planted.
impossible.
He still has cam up to watch the
Cleared up
main
by
walk-in.
Oh, the flash was perfect. They've dealt with main. But the bigger issue lies on the site, lies before him. Yeah, Demon One's pushing forward. He's managed to slip the net.
Oh my gosh!
He does it again.
Just when we thought that Sen was gonna take this pistol round and have a chance. NRG just sucking the life out of them. Demon One getting way too much real estate there on that catwalk area. Too much value there. It hit the flick on the guy back sight. Are you kidding?
A snowball continues, and you mentioned just how important it was to win this pistol. Take a look at that again.
Oh my gosh.
A clean one tap.
Oh, that's a feels bad, man.
Yeah, you can see it on their faces, man.
They know they had that one. That was such a crucial round.
I'll keep them quiet.
To get any type of momentum.
Now, barring some sort of thrifty, we're likely looking at a 10-4 scenario.
Oh, those shocks.
They don't feel good.
Only hit one though. But Zelsis is sitting at 4 HP. They do not like what they're seeing, but I like this from Sen. They're thinking of the comeback. They're thinking of the long con. Trying to farm up this KO ult already. Not investing. They want a full buy.
I mean, this would be a ridiculous comeback.
Yeah.
Down 5 rounds on the attack side.
Yeah, it'd be crazy.
But as you and I have talked about, I mean, you just take it a round at a time.
Yeah, exactly. And when you're losing like this, like any round matters.
Yep.
I've said this before, but every round that you can get truly does matter going into the next map.
I think you can even see the objective, the way that Sentinels want to play this attack half. Zelsis is so close to getting his ult online already. He just got one step closer, now 2 pips away, upgrading a weapon.
Ew, Doug.
I mean, there's still a lot to be done here.
Yeah.
Cage triggered.
30 seconds left.
But honestly, I think playing in the long term, the closer Zelsis can get to getting his ult online, the better. I think that's key here.
Spike
He falls. John QT, 2 HP left.
He has bomb.
Uh-oh.
Oh, no.
Ethan with 3 on the round, make that 4.
Oh, he has ult.
Second, the last one standing.
10 seconds left.
And he will get cleared. NRG gets to 10. And now the game begins. And potentially the final round of the map.
I mean, decent damage done, but Ethan gets KO off of that.
23-7.
This guy had 9 kills in the last map. So really taking it personal.
A night and day difference.
Not allowing what happened in the last map to happen again. Maybe what was going through his head was, oh, if I would have been there, we could have won that last map. Maybe this could have been a 2-0.
Must-win round for Sentinels.
Demon 1 with the Guardian. Ethan investing as he should. He's been popping off all game. Uh-oh.
They know. How do they know? He still gets the kill.
Wow.
That was such a cool idea, smoking off Vic so the dart doesn't tag him.
Yeah.
But they still had an idea. Saucy took a lot of damage there in that opening scuffle.
Marved first contact here.
He's really far up.
Did he see him?
No. But he falls anyway.
That's a gun diff.
That's now 3 HP. 3 members left for NRG as Ethan continues to farm, continues to frag, and continues to frustrate the opposition. He almost hit that second shot.
Yeah.
Ethan and Crashy's left alone. He's gonna find a time and gets another.
Spike down.
Fortunately, disaster averted as Celsius cleans him up. But now Crashy's is left alone. He's got full util. He's got plenty of health. But what he didn't have was a shot against Stenz there. So the must-win round for Sentinels comes through. 1 round at a time.
And something I'm noticing right now out of Sentinels, specifically Zekin, is hesitation on his initial peaks. He even in mid jiggled Victor there in the bottom mid before he swung out. And then you saw him actually get punished in A main, jiggling heaven against Demon 1. So maybe doubting himself a little bit right now. And that's not what you need. That's not what you want. He needs to be confident for his team to make this comeback. And maybe that round win could be the confidence that he needs to get some of these initial duels. Demon 1 has had a Guardian like the last, like, what, 4 rounds? 3 rounds?
You look at the money that they have. There's a real good chance he carries an op into the next.
I mean, I don't know what happened on the A side of the map, but...
Well, there was a little confidence.
All the picks going their way.
Yeah. I mean, both threats in this round, the 2 Guardians sit harmlessly on the ground.
That's the confidence I was talking about.
Yep.
Zekin needs to tap into that. Don't doubt yourself. But I understand, maybe you thought there was an op online. I get it. You know, there's a lot of things that go on in the mind of a player.
You see the protocols there for Sentinels as they were taking the side. Ultimately, there's no one there, but the idea was evident. The drone swings out. Tenz is ready with the paranoia if there is contact, and then they can flood, but he's able to keep it and carry it into the attempted retake, if there is one.
Yeah.
You see for NRG, they don't have much.
And they want Saucy to get closer to his ult here. So even if he goes down, it's okay. Their economy is fine. They'll be all right. You gotta go round by round anyway.
It's just such a long runway. You really can't think too far forward.
They do want to get that Sovault online for next round, though. So maybe you'll see a B main default out of Sen or an A main default. Try to get the orb on to Saucy. Try to explode on a site with that ult. They want to string some rounds together. They want to snowball. And that's that. Initial contact. Ooh.
Nicely done.
Nice readjustment there from Zekin.
And so they get to 4. 10-6, still in favor of NRG. Ult online for Ethan. And I don't expect anything fast here. But there is an op online.
He is passive offing this D-line again. Seems like that's the name of the game for Chet here against the Sen squad, playing these passive off angles. Now he's going to get re-aggressive now in the mid-round. So really playing for that second layer.
And they're doing such a good job of trying to set him up. You saw Vic to contact. There's a turret there. And then he can swing.
Second ready for this? Oh, he's dialed in.
He looks ready.
Just one.
That's a
Jibba could be the
footstep.
difference here.
He's got to know. He spotted a hand. Demon 1 shoots just a little early. Yeah, he's stuck. This is very reminiscent to what we saw previously. Second gets him.
Wow.
Not able to dash away. Not able to find solace. Oh! Ethan filth again. A 4v4 though, as the brakes are thrown on the round.
Nowhere to run.
Expecting aggression.
Oh, and it lands.
Ethan's done.
That opens up the sight, Doug.
Vic is trying to hold from spawn though.
Oh no.
And now he's smoked off.
Crashies might go huge here.
If he gets it. What?
Did he just one-tap him through the smoke?
Yes! And now Crashies finds success too. They're gonna snatch this thing back.
Oh no.
Contends do it again.
Planted. My ultimate is ready.
Desperate need to pull out a miracle here. Vic is weak. The first one falls, the second doesn't. An attempt was made. Crashies just hit 5 HP. But NRG get another round.
I would love to see that back from Victor's POV. I need to see how he killed Zek in there, because that was crazy. We heard one bullet.
I think that was all that was fired.
I mean, Sentinels set this round up so good. They had it. Oh, one step off of one footstep.
Yeah.
Enemy remaining.
Unreal.
Oh no.
And now a timeout called from Sentinels. Still down a fair amount.
Killjoy on this map, and he's looked pretty good on it, you know. I just feel like not really getting anything going here with the Cypher.
Zek and Wool have blades online. Demon 1 with the op.
Get out of my way.
And guess who's waiting on the other side? It's the duelist. Zekin with blades. Smoked off for now, but he's gonna cross.
Everything's showing towards A right now. A main control. Bottom mid smoke comes out with a mid dart.
The drone B main also clearing out.
And the knife to
Yeah.
get even more solidified info. If I'm Sen right now, I need to show something B or just go for a B hit. Because there's too many people here on the A rotate. Everything they've shown so far in this round has led to A.
And that's why they're stacked up here. You're absolutely right.
Look at all the pings on the map.
Here.
Yeah, the hit's gonna come through, but we've seen Marv here before, Doug.
Second dashing forward. Blade still in play. Oh, he's flashed, tries to land the shot anyway. He's gone hunting, not able to connect on the right click. Marv falls though. Zekin with the Guardian now, able to upgrade a little bit. And he's trying to land the shots onto the op, and he does. Crashies and Vic left alone. It's all on to Victor now. It was decisive in the face of the rotations, in the face of the fact that NRG had a heavy presence here. They find success, they find space. And once again, the thoughts and the possibilities of a comeback are flirted with.
Yeah. Not making it easy for NRG.
And I've got to stress again, yes, it's a round, it's an important one, but there's still so much that has to go their way, especially on the attack side of Ascend.
Yeah. And Victor's getting close to this KJ ult as well.
Should be able to keep the op into the next.
Crowd's going crazy right now.
No, there's just one guy, I think.
Yeah.
Not ready yet.
He is the crowd. Like that wide swing from John on Cat.
Yeah. So it looks like Vic will carry the op into the next. Sentinels will get to 7. And the money's not great for NRG.
They did save the op though. I wonder now if we're gonna see Demon 1 buy a Guardian, because he does have funds. He should have the funds to be able to do a light buy. So maybe you have Demon 1 with the Guardian and somebody else on the opposite side with an op.
Marved or somebody, yeah.
Yeah.
Could be the case.
Historically, it's been Marv.
And that might be part of the conversation.
To do this flash tiles.
Yeah.
But Sen has already read into this as well. Now.
It seems like a different flash, and they have a paranoia potentially to crunch B.
Yeah. No one there though. Very wise from Sen, but this is all on Vic right now.
That's a deep
Will
smoke.
he get the entry?
There's the paranoia. They're taking all that space B. The question is, will Sentinels take A while they can? He's got the op in hand. Not going to find a timing window. You're right.
Oh, wait. This would be huge.
He's reaggressing. Oh, he lands a shot on Asasi.
He needs to live. Now it's winnable, Doug.
Demon 1, Blades online.
And look at Crashies in spawn again.
He's so far back.
I think he's gonna ult the back.
I think so too.
The only gap.
There it is. Tapping onto Zelsis. Oh, just narrowly missing. And ult repositions, but 3 players are detained. Demon 1 pushing forward, looking to find another, and he does. That's the 3rd. John Cleute left alone. And once again, the seeds of a comeback fall upon a barren soil. Just when it seems like they have something that they could hang on to, something they could use to push back.
My camera is destroyed.
NRG pull out a miracle.
And like, Sentinels was even ready for that. They had all the info. You had John set up outside of B with the cam so he could see it, but it's just such a strong setup when you're running into the op. And props to Victor for actually going for that peak.
And hitting the shot.
Yeah,
too.
It made the round so winnable. He knew what the win con was and he acted upon it. Nice thrifty.
He got his one and he got out.
All those Jet reps from last year. Playing the Jet on Breeze. You see it coming to fruition now. Opping on Killjoy. It's so funny how things work.
And honestly, not just him, you know, we talk about him getting value with the op and whatnot, but his lockdown secured the round.
Yeah.
It closed things out. There's that early aggression. You see the dart into tiles, the flash up to try to challenge. Still guns on the side of Sentinels. There's still a chance here. There's still hope. So you see Sentinels poking and prodding, trying to find a fight. Demon 1's on the other side. He gets the best of Zekin, but can Sentinels punch back? They're gonna get the sight. Zelsis has ult.
Does he invest the ult here? I mean, I kind of almost want him to keep it for any hopes of a comeback, but you got to do what you got to do to win the round.
Yeah.
Dart flash, not in sync.
Just a little behind.
That's something a little bit uncharacteristic from what we've seen out of Sen. Normally they synchronize those together to make sure they get a scan.
Oh, I don't think they're keen on this, man.
I think NRG's just going for exits.
Yeah, I think so.
Just trying to get damage. Get more ult orbs up. That's a big kill.
That's a huge kill. He's got plenty of money.
And they don't opt to grab it, the op. And that was a fast round from Sen. Kind of sending Zekin up mid and Cat to just be a lone warrior while the rest of the players hit B. Just a distraction.
Oh, and also putting the game in your duelist hands. Go get a pick, go find a kill.
Yeah.
And so again, Sentinels continue to push the possibility of a comeback. And my concern though is, I mean, there's really no room for mistake anymore. It's got to be perfect from here on out.
You have to find the right reads. You have to get the max value out of this KO ult.
And this is where I think John really will come into his own. The calling has to be perfect.
I like this. Smoke bottom mid, knife A main. All signs leading towards A again. Last time they did stuff like this, they actually committed. But Ethan looks like he's ahead of this.
The drone tagged 1.
Now they're contacting it with the KO ult.
They've got to go fast here. KJ's on the other side, so they're still going to be able to pop these mollies. Holy smokes. They wait out the mollies. They take the space. Where's the challenge? Where's the re-aggress?
Oh my gosh.
They try to hold back side on their own. Crash, she's falling.
Oh my gosh.
Or at least staying alive for now. Flash in his face. He tries to turn it. Zelsis sucker punches him. Demon 1 and Ethan left alone, but they've gotten it down to 2. Spike's still not planted. Can they find the space?
Planted.
Time now becomes a factor.
Tag them up.
Just barely.
Cover going out.
The 2 implants, the 2 new additions to this squad with an opportunity to take us to split. Oh, that dagger. If they can drop 10s and Zelsis right now. Ethan creeping forward. The first one falls. Zelsis having to clutch, and he cannot. Split on the cards as we're going the distance.
And what was a blunder from Zekin, quick switching his gun before he peeked. Maybe a misclick or something.
Potentially, yeah.
He had a 3v2 done.
Taking space.
Yep.
I think he gives him a lot more creative agency, for sure.
And how dialed has Victor been on this raise? Has he still been practicing it? Because we know the potential that he has on this role. And already a fast A default here. All 5 members.
Dude, the Omen flash, the Sky flash, and the kill for Tens.
He just gets spammed. He just gets a spam kill through the smoke with a classic. That's so dangerous to do. And there's a gap in the A main wall.
Victor's already gotten backside. Saucy was surrounded and disposed of as Demon One continues his fragging ways.
Here.
Dug that gap in the A main wall. Ended up being the demise, but Second gets the spam kill on Ethan.
Vic's pushing heaven. Vic's pushing heaven. Tags John. Applies pressure. Now they have to respond and they have to deal with him. Marv's utility out with a classic in his face. Tries to tuck tail and get away. Somehow survives. How much more time can he buy?
What is this fight?
He falls. It's all onto Demon One. He's got a classic, but they're weak. 21 HP. Too many targets to deal with. Sentinels get the pistol.
And even for Demon One, it's too much of an ask.
Yeah.
With just a classic. But honestly, all off the second getting that kill on the bomb planner. I think it was on Ethan. Just spamming him, knowing exactly where to pre-aim. That actually opened up the entire retake and gave them a chance back into the round. Oh my gosh. But look at the smoke. Like I was talking about, actually ended up getting Demon One 2 kills, one on heaven, one on elbow. So almost disastrous. And I think right now, Sen is definitely telling Zelsis to fix that wall. Because that almost was huge for NRG.
Those little things can be the difference maker. Not just in rounds, but ultimately in series.
Yeah.
And to set the stage for those of you who may just now be joining us, Madrid is up for grabs. There's only one spot left for Americas at Masters Madrid, and it comes down to this map to decide who gets to go. Who's packing bags and who's sitting on the sideline for another month.
Here.
Such high hopes for both squads leading into the season. Sentinels finally figuring out their roles. Finally having an IGL that they're much more comfortable with, and then NRG on the other side. Obviously, you have this blockbuster edition of Ethan and Demon One. Putting Americas on notice.
Couldn't have said it better, Doug. Two Titan. Just fighting at each other. So crazy.
Legends are made on stages like these. It just comes down to who answers the call.
It's just so slow.
Just so respectful.
Trying to get a feel for the defense setup is NRG.
Here.
Trying to see where the Cypher
30
setup is.
seconds
Trying to
left.
see where all utility is. Trying to see where the gaps are.
I mean, they have 3 members of the defense almost playing at spawn.
Toxins going up. Gun here.
Saucy now rotating back sight.
Toxin screen down.
10 seconds left in this round on the head. Should be impossible.
10 seconds
Yeah,
left.
Saucy should be able to hit a good flash, but they're planning safe. On the other side of the pillar, he's the last one alive. Sentinels get the second, and they do so in flawless fashion.
And they do get bombed down, which is
A little money.
very, very good,
Yeah.
yeah. No guns out, though. So not the most successful eco round from NRG. And we have not seen NRG play split yet with this new roster, so we don't know what they're cooking up. And we've seen tons of footage on Sen. But even so, Sentinels have been so good on this map. The only loss they had, they already bounced back. Like the day after they lost this map, and already had made so many changes to what got punished.
Hold on. Suck.
I feel like Sentinels is one of the best split teams I've seen in the game at this moment of time. So yeah, NRG. Yeah, they have the Blockbuster team. Yeah, they have all these star players, champions, but this is a tough ask.
Good flash. Victor dead. They've done such a good job of playing around these Viper walls. I know it's early, but you're already seeing the game plan. They're just not really willing to give up any space on A.
Yeah, and you see the change of pace. They were in spawn previously. The last 2 rounds they were in spawn, no contact anywhere, and now they're going aggressive. Tens with a deep TP there into the corner, catching Victor off guard. That was all set up from a flash from Saucy. Now what do you do as NRG? We know they're so good at mid-rounding. They're great in these man-down disadvantages.
Fault line setup.
It's no value, though.
Flash around the corner. There's just so many things that they can use to get out onto the site, to take aggressive space, but this smoke, they're just playing on the other side of it, and that paranoia is so good! Another gorgeous use of utility by Tens.
Spike
It all falls down onto Crashies. Sitting on the other side of a trip, spike out of hand, a bonus for Sentinels.
Sen played that 5v3 advantage perfectly, not giving any first bloods, not giving any picks to NRG's contact plays, understanding that they're going to util dump, waiting for their moment. Off the tap, they Omen flash. Very, very clean play right now from Sen. Chaining utility together.
Boys, let's go.
Peeking off of it, having crossfires on top of all that. They're a hive mind right now. Some love for the young gun.
Aggression again from Vic. Very similar, very reminiscent to what we just saw them attempt on A.
Yeah, and this mid aggro opened up the lurk for Marv on this A ramp. Let's see what he can do with it. There is a cam there, though. Sen opting to play a full retake setup on A. Oh, this dog is huge.
Crashes can't find anything.
He got stuck in between trying to figure out who he wanted to fight there.
Yeah. Such a difficult situation. Maybe Marv with...
Oh! I thought that was a collat.
I thought so too.
And he gets re-swung.
I mean, Zekin's feeling it. And he knows they have a gun advantage. So why not push the pace?
Here.
A deep smoke. John with much to do. Spotted. Caught him 4K. Rotating back out onto the site though as Vic gets the spike down. Ooh, this is aggressive from Demon 1. TP's up into heaven. Vic tucking.
Oh, that's so good. He actually setting up Victor so perfectly here.
He's ahead of that smoke. The problem is, right now, if they strike in this time window, he's by himself. Spamming onto the second, almost hitting it. Oh, they were divided.
And I know Tens is known for his flicks with his aim, you know, like shooting people's heads, but not with the Omen flash. He was looking elbow with that, and then he flicked them right off of contact. Didn't know he had capabilities like that, Doug.
Take a look at it again. The buy wasn't great.
It was so close.
Exterminate.
One enemy remaining.
You see the paranoia and Tens on the swing.
That 1v1 is so
No more
important.
charges
Yeah.
left.
And Demon 1, who I truly believe is one of the best players that I've seen take 1v1s in general.
Yeah, for sure.
I feel like in this series he's been kind of lacking in that aspect.
Flash is traded. Spike sitting back in spawn.
Just very slow play here. NRG trying to field out what's happening. I think they're a little cautious now because Sky has been shown at B.
I mean, the smoke is the only thing keeping them apart right now. You've got the Roomba and you have the dog clearing up, taking space. Do they fill in what was previously vacated?
Does
Ropes.
NRG have a read into this?
They've taken some space, and it seems like Sentinels are comfortable to give it up. They can take a step back to the second layer. That's exactly where Tens is. Has a paranoia in hand, too. There's no combo, though. There's no one really to swing off of this with him because of the rest of the defenses have already pushed into garage. Zelsis taking the best of Demon 1. And he's got to tuck tail. He's got to get away. Keep a close eye on Zelsis, so he continues to push the pace into main, into garage. What an awkward situation. Shot has to be clean. Flash in his face. Tries to turn it and stay alive. Zekin now satchering forward with ult in hand, landing it onto Vic. The spam is just too much, though.
He's stuck.
Careful here.
You have to deal with him. You can't afford to just leave him there. Finally swinging out, getting to safety. Spike not committed. Spike not planted. Finally, an attempt will be successful.
Spike planted.
2v2 as Tens gets another. Crash, he's left alone. Can he pull it off? No! Tens with 3 on the round as the crowd erupts.
I thought NRG almost played that near perfect. Yeah, they knew Zelsis was stuck there, but they had somebody holding him the entire time. And that opened up the picks onto other players trying to rotate in for NRG, but Tens, I heard somebody in the crowd say Tens is not overrated. He's not.
Spike planted.
Look at this.
The guy's had an outrageous series.
7-2. Full steam ahead is Sen. And it looks like NRG will be taking a timeout. As they should. It looks like they are leaning towards this B side of the map, trying to maybe get this Raze rocket in this area because of all the corners and cover that he can have. And here's that Sky again in B main, but this time it's all feint. The setup is retake on B now. But NRG checked it. They have all the info. This should be a good read from NRG.
They're not going to clear him.
Dog missed.
They're not going to clear Zelsis.
Oh, this is the
He hears them. He sees them. Again, disaster. And they've gotten out onto the side. Can they convert? John trying to hold them back.
1v1 is everything.
2 bullets left. John QT decides to step away, reposition. Crash, he says ult. Demon 1 can reposition. If they commit, the paranoia is there. No follow-up yet as they're traded. And now the Rolling Thunder comes through. Waves crashing into the opposition. A little bit of buying of time as John QT plays his cards as perfectly as he can. The cam is still up. He's gonna find the timing! He gets them both! 3 on the round for the leader. Ethan left alone. Can he pull off this 1v2? Attention divided, 9 bullets left, 32 HP, and he cannot pull it off!
IGL versus IGL. And he has time!
1 second left.
Oh my gosh, all off of this kill. Great awareness from Zelsis. And John, he's so smart to wait out that smoke and not jump the gun too early. That's what sets up the entire round.
And honestly, to go to step back, remember, he was wise enough to take a step back from the fight with Demon 1.
Just
he
his
understood,
presence.
yeah, he understood, forget it. I don't need to win this fight. I'm gonna provide more value later on. That's a leader's play.
And you saw it the entire time. Ethan was worried. He was watching B main.
Yeah.
But John played that to a T. The timing was perfect.
A desperate need for any sort of momentum, any sort of success for NRG.
That's brutal.
It might not come this round.
But look at Marv. He understands that Oppers like to reposition. Oppers like Tens like to reposition fast. And that gets him this timing and event.
He's so far up, but you see the respect that's being shown. Zekin's playing back in spawn. He knows that Heaven may be a weak spot, a vulnerable area.
Did that see him? It didn't.
I can't believe that. Saucy pushing forward. 2 members there, none found.
Oh, this is gonna be so hard for Sentinels.
10 still is up, knife out, utility out.
Oh my gosh.
And finally, NRG seem to find some success. They seem to find some space.
Tens is still alive here.
And he still wants side with the up. Trying to land the shots. Missing everything, going wide.
He's out!
And now John QT shows up and he peeks back in.
Spike planted.
Tens persistent in his approach. Relentless and reckless abandon. As he re-aggresses and re-peaks.
Oh my gosh.
Now with the shorty still.
Oh my gosh, it's not planted for him.
It's gonna be a 2v5. Can Demon 1 pull this off?
Oh!
Can he pull it off? An angel of deliverance is instantly clipped from his wings.
Tens is on another level right now. He's quick scoping people like it's Call of Duty, Doug. That's not the same game. This guy's playing a different game. And Demon 1 is supposed to be that guy who secures the round with the late lurk. Mark set energy up perfectly for this moment. How does he live?
Gets away, man.
And then he goes through again. I mean, you can't teach that. Even the pre-fire on the Ethan from John. This is all intuition plays, and you can see on Chet's face.
back into the action we go. Marv already
Toxin
tagged.
screen down.
I mean, okay. Turns out Demon 1 is still good. I mean, Dre, this has got to feel like quicksand, no?
Yeah.
I mean, nothing is working. Everything falling apart. You're slowly being suffocated out of the map.
I mean, they no doubt in my mind, to anybody's mind, we thought that NRG was winning that round.
Oh, he played anti. Oh my gosh, okay, he was spotted.
Oh, he
Again, a little bit of room found.
He got him. He got him good there.
Now, it was a 2v5 last time. I know
no.
the chances are ridiculous,
Last player standing.
but finally, it seems like NRG are gonna get on the board.
And wow, NRG needed this round. They needed it, especially
Yeah.
with the circumstances of the last round. I mean,
Yeah.
I just got to break it down even more. They even had multiple layers. Marv knew to take the timing right away from the previous round because the gap was there. That's the plays that he's known for making. That's what made him a champion in the first place. And he even got 2 on that lurk. And then you have Demon 1 set up to secure the round if everything goes south, but he couldn't close it out. They had the strat. They played it to a T, but the individual prowess of Sentinels just, they want to close this map out. They want to go to Madrid.
Thrifty.
They can feel it. And now NRG needs to string some rounds together off of that Thrifty. There is an op online for them. Oh, that's crazy. He looked like he wasn't even aiming at him. Just understands where the bullets are going to go. Big entry from Vic there with the rocket as well.
A thrifty round, heroics proved to be the difference maker. NRG still down 6 and op in the hands of Demon 1, and you imagine that means we're in for a slower round.
Yeah. And look at the buy from Sen. A lot of light armor. It's like they were up 7-0, but every round has been so costly that just that one round win from NRG put them back. They had to go for light armor buys.
It seems like they also really want to continue to lean into the op, the defensive op. So maybe.
Yeah, and I liked what they did last round, putting it in the hands of Zekin. Like, honestly, Demon 1 was not ready for an op being posted up there. But Zekin just whiffed. Could have changed the entire game.
Dog, Roomba, everything, but mail not cleared.
And Marv's job here is just listen to the rotates, try to catch this Viper off guard.
He's really far up. Still has
There.
a trip that's keeping him at bay for now.
He just breaks it now, and now they're wrapping vents.
Oh, that's bad. That's trouble. What?
And he's out!
Toxins going up.
Like a thief in the night!
Toxin screen down.
I have to see that from his POV. Seeker's invested. That's going to give away a lot. John playing from
30
safety.
seconds left.
Now
This
pushing
offing.
forward. Yeah, this is so... Well, normally, for regular humans, that's a difficult angle to deal with. But they just continue to push forward and demand the best out of each other.
I have the spike.
10
Like
seconds
iron
left.
sharpening iron. Oh! Both pushing each other to their very limits. They've got to get the spike down. There's no flood. They're so weak. No armor.
Planted.
Less than 50 HP on both. Celsius is dropping down. John close by. Spike ticking away.
No way.
Crashies falls. Demon 1 with the op. 2 shots to hit. First one does it! And Sentinels get another!
That looked like it was right on. He missed by what, like a centimeter? Maybe less than a centimeter.
That looked danger close.
But so smart from Sen to double swing there, and honestly, just finding all these crazy kills. The awareness to spam the smoke, just everything going Sentinel's way.
It just seems like they can do no wrong.
Oh, man. No way!
Dude,
what?
how?
All he sees is the gun barrel, and he gets a headshot.
My way.
Look at this.
Like went under his arm.
He just flicked to the right. Like quick scoping somebody. It's like these are the ways that they can win. On top of the fundamentals that Kaplan has introduced into this team and the rest of the coaching staff. John He was quiet last map. This is just a playground for him.
Cover going out.
So many different setups. Now he's backside at B. How do you read into this? Double trips for him. Sen. I mean, NRG already moving away from the Cypher site. Not trying to walk their way into John's crosshairs, who's been having a heater of a game.
Patience.
Heavy mid here, hold here from Sen.
Which makes sense too, given how much NRG have tried exploiting that map, or that area of the map.
Now they give it up. Perfect timing for NRG right now.
Do they capitalize?
And I like this. 50-second mark has hit. All right, let's back up. Let's not give him any kills. We know a site hit's gonna come soon. And that's why you see a site set up here. Zelsis getting into site today.
There are 3 here.
Another cam already up for John, so he has the aim. He has the B main line.
30 seconds
Fall
left.
line set up to help take ramps.
Oh, this is perfect for Tyson.
Is this another classic TenZ moment? One falls. No. The second will not join him. Saucy from backside though gets all 3!
Spike down A.
And again, another explosive moment.
Seconds left.
He had no idea that Zelsis was there the whole time. 9-1 in favor of Sentinels.
And that should just not be able to be done. A 3K spray down. He's one of the players that controls his spray so well. Usually that gets traded in a heartbeat, but every bullet would hit its mark. That was insane. I mean,
Such a tight angle. Too.
What? Just no chance for a trade. Every shot was on the mark.
And then even this.
Yeah, you're right. Jordan didn't even have to move an inch.
No, he was concealed the whole time.
It was all a bait.
Back into action we go.
Oh,
As the round has already started.
Frustration out of NRG. Team flashing now. The rollouts aren't even there. It's all falling apart, Doug.
Plenty of cause for concern.
Oh, John. He's so slippery.
Honestly, I think in moments like this, we find out what this roster is made of. The roster who has plenty of experience and was only joined by more experience. Now left head scratching and looking for answers. And normally, Dre, we would look towards Demon One to be the one, to be the spark, to be the catalyst, right? To get things going again.
Yeah.
But the truth is, aside from a couple of small moments this series, that he hasn't been that guy.
Yeah, it's... And you know what the crazy thing is? He's still been playing great. Just not to the standard that everyone holds him to.
Yeah.
That he holds himself to, even. Like, second just stays. The disrespect is here.
Down B.
A complete dismantling from top to bottom. Sentinels have had their way with NRG this half.
It's just hitting every shot,
One enemy
every
remaining.
timing, every spam. Oh, Demon One!
Right.
There's a
10
chip here.
seconds left.
Hang on. We missed the clip.
There's only 5 seconds. This
Yeah.
is just too much to ask for.
Yeah, I mean, he's not winning the round.
Tough.
10-1.
I mean, when you give a team like Sentinels the
round
confidence
in the
to
half.
make these crazy plays, it could get out of hand very fast, like we're watching right now. Full confidence in this team. Zekin staying, going for the one. Jordan on the rope.
The perfect timing on the peek up, too. Knowing that TenZ had a paranoia coming.
So insane. Nice shots from Demon One, but
Just too little, too late. Yeah,
Oh, wow.
that was crazy.
10-1 is brutal.
Shadows.
They have 4 ults on the attack side. The desperate need for anything. Just gone through this barren wasteland of an attack side on split.
It's just so hard. I feel like Sen have just been, specifically John, has just been in the flow state of calling, changing up the setups, and everything's been working.
And it's not even just calling this
And look,
game.
Sachi on B side of the map, he flashed deep B main, now he can take the line.
TenZ is holding mid, and they have
Everyone's
3
moving
members
in.
A. Second is ult. Does he hold? Oh my gosh, he doesn't tag anything. But he still has so much util he can dump down. Victor playing in hell. Trying to find some space, trying to find some value. Duelist done, he continues to push forward, trampling towards elbow.
Oh, John has spammed 2 people through this screen smoke.
And the one on to Victor, potentially the most valuable, potentially the most impactful.
Another spam.
Demon 1 left alone. The potential last round of the half. And the potential of an 11-1 lead.
30 seconds left.
Oh, he made a stop.
He's been heard.
Oh.
He's been spotted. He's been found. 11-1 for Sentinels.
Switching sides.
What a performance.
I mean, John spammed 2 people right here. Oh, so one was off the trip. But the other one was the rocket cue.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't make this up. And I had questions of how NRG would play on these raised maps because I feel like it's been a while since we've seen Victor.
Grid on the line. I mean, go back not that long ago. Just go back to last year. Sentinels was a shell of what they are now. And now look at them.
Picking up John QT in the offseason, winning every single offseason tournament that they participated in.
Questions abounded last year. They struggled with having a leader. They struggled with having a caller. There were role issues aplenty.
And the chemistry between Kaplan and John, it just looks so good, along with everybody else on the roster. And they were so ready for that. They 4-man swung him.
And honestly, to go back to a little bit more recent, remember at the beginning of this year, this wasn't the roster that they had. It was Pancata who was in the works.
Yeah.
For them to traverse all of that and now find themselves here.
And Jordan, he earned his spot. He had to earn it. He had to step up to the plate and be that guy.
And when he had his opportunities, he delivered. And that's exactly what Sentinels are doing now. Flirting with changing the landscape of North American Valorant.
I mean, this is going to mean so much to them if they win this pistol. You know they're going to be
30 seconds left.
popping off on all cylinders. But Marv has something to say about that.
A.
What? Oh my gosh! Does he go for more? He's taking a breath here.
The amount of drop jaws that I just saw in the crowd was ridiculous.
I think everybody felt like it was going to be in Sentinel's hands, but Marv has something other to say about it. 4 headshots.
He's done it on his own.
Oh, he was ready to take the head off his teammate.
Can he finish it?
Oh!
He's
Wait
given
a
his
second.
opportunities.
1 shot?
Oh, he's gonna rob him of it.
Wait.
We're just playing a mini game right now. Oh, he gets the ace, and he does. The eye by power ace for Marv. And honestly, as fun as that was, good night. They're still down so big. We'll take a look at it again.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I've jokingly always said that the Ion Sheriff was like automatic headshots, but
Enemy remains.
I mean, that looked like truth there. Make sure you follow Eye by Power on socials, where they're giving away a free PC every time there's an ace. And whichever one of you wins it, thank Marv.
Keeping his team in the game.
I guess, yeah.
Single-handedly.
Yeah.
Oh, speak of the devil.
He's just gonna put the game on his back.
And that's what you need. You need that pop-off moment.
Dude, but it's still so, I mean, it's late.
Give him a Phantom. Now this would be just something, this would require some crazy antics for Sen to bring this back. They do have a Phantom to do it.
I mean, they have numbers on B. The defense is split. There's the Phantom.
Down
There's
B.
the spike.
It's not even a bad idea to save this if you're John. Seriously.
Here.
Yeah, sure. I mean, you do have a lot of room to play with.
Yeah, go for it, but... Shameless.
And that's your plug to buy the team capsules.
still having fun with it, even though
30
they're
seconds left.
2v4.
One enemy remaining.
Gun here.
Those patience out themselves. Demon 1 gets his 2, NRG gets a 3.
I gotta say, I just feel like this entire series, when I've seen Demon 1, I've only seen him with an op and a Guardian.
Yeah.
Like, he loves that gun, man.
You get a couple of good, feel-good eco-frags from Barb as well.
Yeah.
Going back
30
to the
seconds
pistol,
left.
and now this.
One enemy remaining.
Gun here.
Sometimes your teammate getting an ace can be that spark.
Dude, they need more than a spark.
That brings it together.
They need a whole freaking fire.
Yeah.
So it's just such a large deficit they're staring at. But they persist, or at least attempt to try to defy the odds. And those are some massive odds they're up against. They have guns though. Ethan with the Stinger. Crashies as well.
Just noise being cut across the board from Sentinels.
I wonder here too, how this moment, how this position impacts Sentinels and their play style. You know, we talk, so, you know, sometimes about, are you playing not to lose or are you playing to win?
Yeah.
And you wonder here if Sentinels peel back a little bit, let off the gas a little.
I like what they're doing here. I like how they took A control early. They cut noise. They contact back up mid. They're showing stuff towards B to try to bait a rotation out from NRG. And that kill should definitely bait it. Look at the players on A.
Instantly rotating.
Oh, Marv knows to stay.
They got a paranoia.
They ran into this.
I don't think it hit Crashies. He's got a fault line, jumps across. He's got a flash to work with too. The satchel out onto the side. Nice shot slam though. 13 seconds left. The spike's still not planted. Marv's still not cleared. He's gonna challenge the orb. He's gonna challenge the smoke, but John Spam covers him. Get down, Mr. President. How much more can they find though? Crashies left alone. Can he pull this off? He's gotten the first, and that's it. Riot Games Arena, bear witness. The era of Sentinels very well may be upon us. 1 round away. 1 round.
Oh my gosh.
10 seconds left.
He held Mouse 1 down. He had no doubt in his mind. They knew that was the only way that they could potentially lose the round, is if Marv creeps up into that smoke and kills the bomb planner.
For as much as we talked about Demon 1 and Celsius and Zekin and Tens, it's John who has shined on this map.
Toxin screen down.
And he had such a rough last map on that ascent. I mean, this guy has everything. He frags, he IGLs, he bounces back.
I think the most important thing though is he has the trust of his team
Toxin screen down.
to do something Sentinels haven't been able to do for a long, long time, for years.
There.
We talked about the dry spell they've been through. The addition of John QT to this roster has been everything.
The nade is good.
Now potentially putting the finishing touches on this series. It's a 1-for-1. Marv has a shorty from that distance, will not connect. Crash, he's dumping util. Vic's so far away. And they freeze. They hold. They reset.
They can taste it.
I mean, the bags are half packed at this point.
30 seconds left.
Oh, they're so patient. And look, that causes NRG to worry about a lurk.
Yeah, but this long?
This
Now, committing the nade there. He's just coming to his death, coming to terms with the fact that he's done. A 3v2 number still in favor of Sentinels. And now quiet across the map as the spike ticks away. Ethan with a flash in hand, having to make a play. The flash not connecting as the wall goes up. Crashies gets 1. Ten's trying to keep him back. Saucy joining with him. Oh, looping around, having to reload. Where's the cover? There it is. Crashy, Saucy, a 1v1.
Oh, he's so confident.
4 bullets left. Switches weapons. Time is of the essence.